Just Call Makover says, yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what you thought. Why did you think about what you thought? I'm a rough time trying
Just
to get
Call
on.
Makover says, today has been a rough day.
Yes, it has. Rough day indeed. For you? Today has been a rough day.
Just Call Makover says, the voice of Batman died. Sad face.
Are you serious? Kevin Conroy?
Just Call Makover says, yes.
The hell? It's 66 years old. Cancer. Intestinal cancer. Wow. Holy shit. Guess you never hear about it, you know, and then bam. Well, no more Batman. Everybody else has always tried to do Batman. It's never quite lived up to the Kevin Conroy Batman. That's for sure. He was like just iconic voice of Batman. Animated series Batman.
Just Call Makover says, Mark is 71 years old and has said that he only does the role if Kevin does Batman, so that also means no more Joker.
No more Joker.
Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online, can we start yet? November 11th, 2022.
Wow. Well, yeah, Mark's been doing it a long damn time, too. But they've also been having other people, like, do the role, you know, whenever those two don't do their roles. Well, that sucks ass. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-dun-dun-dun. We had a late customer. Say they're about 10 minutes after the hour, which puts us behind 10 minutes doing everything. Then I get home, eat, have to take a shit, and take a bathe. So I'm 10 minutes behind on every damn thing.
All I see is like nighttime or something.
Let's point it at the sun.
Yeah, cool. Maybe we'll see some fire. Just have a look here.
Just Call Makover says,
Hello,
yeah,
Darth
but it is
Dragon.
never perfection when others attempt the roles.
Right.
Kevin and Mark were the perfect cast for those roles. Sure, someone will come along and become the new voice of Batman, but it isn't going to be anytime soon.
Nah. I mean, they've already, like, what? Who was it? Somebody else was in, did the voice on that other game? The Arkham game or whatever it was? Shit. I can't remember the name of the game. They had somebody else doing the Joker. Let me see. God, I hate the way Steam works now. Batman Arkham Origins.
Just Call
No.
Makover says, the Arkham prequel.
Yeah. He was a different voice actor there, and of course Jared Padalecki, no, not Jared. Jensen Ackles did it in those Nori type or whatever they were, the Halloween ones. Kevin Conroy was awesome.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, "Fuck that new person. Kevin was my Batman growing up. You got Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight."
Yeah. What just sucks about Kevin Conroy? I never realized where I had seen him act before the Batman thing and all that. But it was in some sort of like Vietnam-y type show back in the 90s or 80s or something like that. But I never knew that was him. Intestinal cancer.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, "Least we still have good old Uncle Joker Hamill."
Well, yeah, but as Just Call Me Core was stating, you know, Mark Hamill won't do the Joker unless Kevin Conroy does Batman. So, since Kevin Conroy's passed away, you know, Mark Hamill probably isn't going to do the Joker anymore. Which I wouldn't blame him if he didn't, you know, because that's a role he's been doing for a damn long time, longer than Luke Skywalker. And who'd ever thought that Luke would turn out to be the Joker? My gosh! If you ever watch original Flash, the Trickster before the Joker. Mark Hamill played a live-action villain on the Flash 90s series and the CW series as the same person, actually. The Trickster. To which he has the Joker voice in and does a lot of Joker-y type stuff or whatever. It's not the complete Joker voice, but, you know, it's of that. Damn.
Just Call McCower says, "Yeah, Mark officially retired from the role before the Arkham games, but he only came back because Kevin agreed to voice the games. It is the same reason why Mark wasn't in Origins. Kevin didn't sign up, so Mark didn't either. He did the Killing Joke because, again, Kevin agreed to do the role." Darth Dragonborn 107 says, "Ever hear Mark Hamill do a Vader line as Joker? Best thing I ever heard."
I have never heard that before. You can imagine the Joker versus Darth Vader. Joker here. Hamill's got the laugh, though. He is that, like, iconic Joker crazy laugh shit. They've got a lot of voice samples of Kevin Conroy over the years to where they could probably digitize and make a voice and honor him if so in a movie or a show or whatever, that if they come out with another something. Hell, pay his family and credit them, you know, and if that were to be a thing. Because they can computer, you know, they can make anybody's voice now. Some text-to-speech going on there. I don't know. Animated Batman, I don't know if they could like continue that anyway. I mean, it has to start over somewhere. At 66, that's a pretty early age.
Darth
these
Dragonborn 107 says, "Big line that he said during that video was the iconic 'No, I'm your father' line."
No, I'm your father. No, I'm your father. No. Dude, that Chad Vader voice guy or whatever, he's pretty good at voicing Darth Vader. Sounds just like James Earl Jones. I like watching those
Just
little
Call
YouTube
Mikover
poops
says,
about that.
it is the reason why that Child's Play reboot wasn't as good. Yeah, Mark Hamill is a great voice actor, but he isn't Chucky. Brad Dourif is Chucky, and when dies they are going to have to retire Chucky for a long time because nobody does Chucky like Brad does.
Except Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito was
Darth
Chucky.
Dragonborn 107 says, no, it's not true, it's impossible. And Joker said, get used to it, kiddo.
It's not true. It's bullshit. It's not true. It is not. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, Brad Dourif is Chucky, pretty much. But his voice is just not, you know, he's gotten older and stuff like that, so it sounds a little different, especially in the series. Ade Due Dimbela. Give me the power, I beg of you. I haven't played Arkham Origins in a long time. I never finished that game. I finished the story, got a lot of the collectible type stuff, you know, the little Riddler trophy type stuff or whatever, but
Just Call Mikover
didn't finish
says,
a lot of it.
I have a Sam's Choice Supreme Stuffed Crust Pizza. Cost like $5. It is so good.
Off-brand pizza is usually always pretty damn good, you know? Hell, there for a while, it was like DiGiorno was pretty good, and it changed up or some shit. Joker here. Joker. You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, I never finished simping over Black Canary, but that's a different discussion for another time.
Black Canary. I wonder what they're gonna do with like superhero television for WB now, since the CW's going through their little thing.
OXNYX053 says, pita bread-based individual homemade mini pizzas.
Oxnix, hey bad, what's up, dude? Always with the cooking and the good stuff too. I posted on Discord in the food porn channel. 2 tortoises eating some watermelon while doing it. Tortoise.
OXNYX053 says, I'm about to call it a night here.
Alright, dude.
Just Call Mikover says, honestly, I wouldn't mind if TV just gave superhero shows a break.
And put them in the movies. Alrighty, Ox. Well, thanks for popping in and saying hello.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, they need to. Woke culture's killing TV.
Well, that's right.
OXNYX053 says, is someone in a fighter?
I don't know. How can I tell? Hold on, my screen got taken over by the graphics in the game.
Resistance detected. User matrix 0047. 10 of 10. Engaging now.
10 of 10, engaging now. Kaboom! What do we need? Let's see. Got that. Gonna happen there. What?
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, probably a Fapper or a escort.
Temporal Agent Man.
OXNYX053 says, I did a Borg red alert this evening on my main tune. They've changed the cryptic math on a lot recently.
Really? Like the damage scale and all that? It's the end of the world.
OXNYX053 says, over 1/4 of my stuff was unslitted.
Really?
Just Call McCoy says,
unslotted?
I finished downloading Ben's Chicken Coop, Mom's Couch Bloopers 4, and Happy Birthday Freddy. Now I need Uncle Ben's rice, skies in the stars, and worms freaking out in the rain. OXNYX053 says, that usually means a cryptic math reset.
So a lot of stuff's unslotted. So that, let's see. Well, I probably wouldn't have any of this stuff anyway, because I never have the right stuff slotted, so. Islands in the sea, that is what we are. Nowhere in between. Yeah, I'll get on that eventually. I've got 2 hours of Judas commentary to sift through to get some funny shit out of. But I'm not gonna do that tonight.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, ugh, trying to pick out a ship to fly is annoying. I keep going back to my main tune story and I can't figure out what ship I want to use for that cannon.
Boom. Well, you got too many ships? I don't have that problem. I have whatever I can get.
OXNYX053 says, what is the tune's theme?
What does the box say? What does the fox say? Yeah, have a good tune, whatever, a theme for it. So, just call me Core. The rate is it better? Is Google Drive better? Or should I like bounce them back and forth or whatever? So I didn't know Dropbox had like a daily limit.
OXNYX053 says, fun fact, basic temporal ships have a free 23rd century skin. Just Call McCoy says, yes it is better.
It's also faster to upload to Google Drive for some reason. Uncle Ben's rice. Indiana Jones's left testicle. It rained here today and now. No real storm though, so that's good. It's just rain. Sweet dreams made of these. Man, watching Chucky makes me want to get one of those Trick or Treat Chucky dolls. Them suckers are like $500 though. But they're like real though, like, you know, they're the doll based off of like the actual molds from the original stuff. But I could not see myself spending $500
OXNYX053 says, like a basic plain 4 nacelle cruiser, a tin can science ship for the Nautilus, a frisbee and 2 sticks for an escort. Just Call Makover says, I have a thing I am going to send you. It is a Google Apps account which comes with Google Drive access with unlimited storage.
Unlimited storage. Well, mine, I don't know how much storage I can get off of Google Drive, but I've never really put anything on it. It's not much of anything. A Google Apps account, giggly giggle. Giggly giggly.
Just Call Makover says, I believe it is 15 GB.
Ooh, wow. Is that like the default one or something? I don't know how much I can get stored wise. I think it's a pretty good amount. Remember, I always wanted them invited Google people
Just
back
Call
in the
Makover
day.
says, yes.
I was invited to Google. Remember when you could do that? Like Google was allowing you to invite like 5 people or some shit like that to use Gmail.
OXNYX053 says, but I find the Muds Market D7, or was it D5, just hilariously easy to kill stuff with.
Until they nerf it.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, basically my main tunes theme is this. He got kicked from Starfleet due to a cover-up and was given a lot of stuff including a ship, though Section 31 gives him a better more advanced ship but in exchange for a favor. So short story, he flies his starship with his misfit crew, using Vaad War WPNS or Herald APWPNS, waiting for the day where the admiral that should have taken the blame goes down, but that's for that storyline. Iconian Arc is different. Just Call Makover says, I was also an OG Gmail user.
I think you're probably like the one that gave me the invite.
OXNYX053 says, so, did you get the Muds Market Kelvin bundle? Just Call Makover says, I remember when Facebook was exclusive to college students only.
Yep. I remember that too. But I want to say, you're probably like the one that gave me the invite anyway. To get on Gmail back then. Giggle mail. Gmail. Everyone's waiting for you. Let me see. And I also want to get that Knight Rider thing. That thing is so awesome. I don't know that I can spend that much money on something like that, even though I don't have the money for it. Go to Google Drive, Captain. Yeah, 15 gigabytes. That's the max amount that I have available to always store stuff. When I'm alone, I feel so much better. Nothing in trash. Together, nothing feels right at all.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, remember when e-thoughts swarmed Twitch? Nowadays they just migrated to OnlyFans and Fansly.
Who? Swarmed? Migrate OnlyFans. I've been watching YouTube videos of this guy that actually owns one of the screen-used Knight Rider kit cars.
OXNYX053 says, what is the difference between thought and thought?
Is it taught? As in tough? Is it taught or thought? Thought?
OXNYX053 says, ugh.
I know,
Just
right?
Call Makover
I'm a
says,
dumbass.
other crypto went bankrupt today. I love watching the world burn and people lose large amounts of money.
Yes, isn't it amazing?
Just Call Makover says, another asterisk.
Yes, I'm retarded when it comes to things. I would think taught would be
Darth Dragonborn
snug.
107 says, one's a good idea, the other just wants your money.
Ching. Am I getting shot at by my own guy? Loomis was shooting Michael. I shot him 6 times. Michael. So what is the taunt that's like stuff tough or whatever, that word? I'm really wore out from working today, so I can't really form sentences right now.
OXNYX053 says, at Darth Dragonborn 107, if you've got the Muds Kelvin Destroyer bundle, for before Iconian War, pre-redemption, the D7 would work real well. Just Call Makor
I want to
says,
get a D7.
I never mind women doing what they do to make money. But I always hated that Twitch allowed that stuff to happen on this platform. OXNYX053 says, as for after redemption, the best fed ship for your build type. This all assumes non-science tune.
I need to get a D7 for Gary.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, at Oxnix053 bro, I was flying a Nova class since day one, Daddy Durgenburn can wreck shit.
On a holiday road. Truckster.
OXNYX053 says, so science ship.
Science! Science! I played a little bit this morning at about 5:30 again. Got on new Shanka.
Darth Dragonborn
upgraded her
107
stuff.
says, T6 Nova's a raider bro, I can DPS that shit.
Because you know it's all about that DPS. About that DPS. No bubbles. Bringing booty back. So you're thinking, okay, just call me Corey. You're thinking like on this other account, I could probably like upload everything at once, right? Because it doesn't really take long to upload. That was just so crazy to me. Like, if you to like if like 5+ or whatever long ago, 3, 2, 1 years ago, if someone could tell me that I could put a whole 4 gigs on a website in less than like 4 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever like that, I'd say bullshit. But it happens now. And it happens at such an inconvenient time. Back in
Just
the day
Call
when I could
Makor
use it.
says, yes, something like that. It at least upload it on your own time and me do the same.
Instead of
Darth
us having to
Dragonborn
link
107
together.
says, hell, I finally grinned my Lego ambassador for its traits.
Yeah, and instead of us having to wait on one or the other kind of thing. Some of them want to
OXNYX053 says, that is a much more sticky wiki. My first Psy main was a Romulan from the Legacy release. So I was robbed of a T5 ship at the time, end cap at the time. Melon refit raider for the wins.
The winds beneath your sheets. How many of them discs did I count before? Was like 16, so 16 times 4.35-ish. Because that's like a disc. It's 4.26 to 3 to 35 on average is the gigs per CDR, whatever, depending if I filled it up or not. Anthem, there we
Romeo India Zulu says, solo D2 Rexes today.
Solo 2? I have never soloed 1. How did it? So it gave you time to do that? And hello, Riz, by the way.
God fucking damn it!
Everyone knows it's Butters. Wow.
OXNYX053 says, although I did have access to the event Dyson ship, just didn't feel like running it.
A Dyson ship? How do you take out a Rex by yourself, though? What did you use? I want to know. Because evidently I don't know how the hell to do it by myself anyway.
You wanna, like, just do it right now, or I was thinking maybe we could...
Is that... Oh, wait a minute. Is that really that one? Number 69? That's not on purpose either. The... It only has 51 sounds, so yeah, that's going to be different every time. Never mind that. Okay.
Romeo India Zulu says, greetings.
Greetings.
I
and
was there with one other
salutations.
player. Didn't see them anywhere. I had the Boolean disruptor, motion accelerator, couple pets.
So the
Just Call Mako
the,
says, you should have an email from a random domain inviting you to a shared random home videos folder on G Drive. OXNYX053 says, well, you will need better kit mods, and a better kit frame. And possibly weapon. Darth Dragonborn 107 says, 51 sounds my ass.
Oh, there. Trust me. It only seems to pick a certain one though. So if you go above
Just Call
the number,
Mako says, you don't have to check it now. Just making you aware.
how did you know I was about to check?
Cornholio! I need tipi for my bunghole.
You knew I was about to check that too. So okay, I'm aware of it, and I will look into that, and hopefully, because the DVD drive's doing a pretty good job. I mean, it's going into overdrive whenever it copies the files off of there, which is always a good
Romeo
sign.
India Zulu says, yeah, I can't recall exactly what I was using, but he was my main Klingon, so he has the second best gear I have.
Yeah, any number above the amount that's already there, it'll automatically do a random for. I want to calculate my own random code. I don't know how to start that though, to where I don't have to rely on Python's random.
OXNYX053 says, so above the number means random.
Yes. Anything at that number
Leave
or
us.
less.
Tomorrow, we are going to score with that lady.
In outer space?
Wherever she wants it. Outer space, the back of a car, I don't care.
Yeah, me neither.
So if you play that one again, it'll play that or that number, it'll play that exact one again. That's how that works. But anything above that, it lets Python choose random, which to Python is always like maybe one or two of the same damn thing for some reason. People complain all about that Python randomizer.
OXNYX053 says, use https://www.random.org/.
Is that like a thing that tells you how to probably make one? Calculate it? I have ideas for calculating, but I don't want it to be stupid. Random drawing. Oh, this is just like a website that actually does that. Okay. Well, what do they use then? Random.org, what kind of programming language or whatever is used on this website? Is it PHP? I'd need to look at that. I want to make my own though, like stop using Python's built-in randomizer and have my own that actually is random. I just don't know how to calculate it yet. You math people out there might know how to do that. Math people. I have, like I said, my ideas for trying to make a randomizer. Like say if whatever someone's name's length is in characters, like multiply it by so much or whatever and divide it by what amount to equal an even and odd number, and then from even and odd number make something that can
Romeo
randomize
India
that
Zulu
as well.
says, I sold all my dilly the other day.
You did. How much Zen did you get? I'm gonna be jealous. I know I am.
Romeo India Zulu says, around 2,900.
Oh, that is so awesome. You're making me jealous. You're making me want to buy Korag, I mean, just call me Kor's Xbox that he's probably already sold, and so I could play Star Trek Online on the Xbox. Could you imagine that? Like me playing the PC and Xbox at the same time or something?
Romeo India Zulu says, Xbox has the lowest exchange rate of all platforms.
Dude, I would be taking so much advantage of that shit.
OXNYX053 says, most program scripted randomizers have a first and last issue due to 0 till 1.49 being 1 and 9.51 till 9.99 being 10.
Yeah, I see that in Python. That's why the range thing, even in Python, is kind of screwed up too. If you choose a range between 1 and like say 50, it only lets you choose a range actually between 2 and 49. It doesn't use 1 or the 50 or 0 or anything like that. It's really odd. It's like it's the Y2K glitch or something, and no one's fixed it. I mean, I can look at the code for the randomizer. I mean, it's open source in Python to look at. It's just a module somebody created. It's so stupid that it doesn't like automatically put it together like the other programming languages. You have to import basic functions. I guess it's so it doesn't eat up so much memory or some shit just trying to do stuff. But I did a little bit of difference with Judas's though, even using the built-in Python randomizer. I have it doing a calculation between an odd and even number to draw more of a random out of it.
Romeo India Zulu says, dude, you need to watch the newest episode of Prodigy.
That means I gotta watch all of it up to that newest episode of Prodigy. How many episodes of Prodigy are there? Doink! So I'm able to get an episode
Romeo
of something
India
once.
Zulu says, 12 or so.
Just 12? Wait, do they have like short seasons or something? I thought there was like season 2 now. I'm asking questions without everybody else answering at the same time. A little too fast there. Scope.
Darth Dragonborn 107 says, 13.
13. 12 or 13.
OXNYX053 says, if you ask random.org for a 1 to 10 pick, it rolls 1 till 12, skipping 1 and 12, and giving 2 as 1, and 11 as 10 to get a more honest permutation.
That's crazy. There's no such thing as random. That's what I was reading about. Like reading about creating your own randomizer, and everyone says there's no such thing as actual random in programming language and or math. So you have to make a fake one, you know? And that's just so crazy. There's got to be a way to do it. But then you get the whole like, I guess you can do it with a quantum computer, can't you? Where it's 1 and 0 at the same time. It's Schrodinger's cat. He's alive and dead at the same time. Half the cat's dead, half of it's alive. He's like, help me!
OXNYX053 says, it's all based on tick counts. So it isn't really random.
Yeah, that whole tick thing. I hate that shit. How many ticks between here and there? I guess I could base it off of time. You know, get a time down to like a microsecond type situation.
OXNYX053 says, Schrodinger's box is the name of my high DPS science ship.
Schrodinger's box. What did you have a one of them Farasian or whatever they're called? What the fuck is it? The cat? Do you have it as a pilot? Please tell me you do. That'd be hilarious. It's like the captain of the ship. Or maybe the Klingon version of the cat, of the species. What was the name of Schrodinger's cat? I've never read about that. I've only ever heard about it in Stargate and other things. I've known about it, like, for people talking, but I've
Darth
never like, read
Dragonborn
about it.
107 says, I thought he said Schrodinger's cock.
Oh, Schrodinger's cock. What was the name of Schrodinger's cock? Little P, yo. Mr. PP. Monsieur PP, no?
OXNYX053 says, that ship just melts stuff. No, it is my Romulan captain.
Ah.
It was the first T6 cross-faction science ship. So it is even a themed tune suing Plasma in the Romulan set, and a Romulan-only storyline Plasma high DOT beams.
Now that is cool. I like that. That's what I want to do with a lot of mine, is set them up to a certain theme of that nature. You know?
OXNYX053 says, the Eternal Class, a temporal multi-mission science ship.
I'm only going to get 20 on this one anyways. Let me go back. Now, is using the basic weapon sets and stuff in the game still okay, even though there could be like some of those higher end kind, you know, like say
Romeo India Zulu says, LOL Scorp wants to do theme builds on ships he never uses.
That's right. I'm a collector. That's what it is. I want to collect basic ships from the series and put them with their default layouts as best as possible. But like, is it... I'm trying to do this and swallow my own phlegm because it keeps wanting to come up on me and get my throat and chuck me. I know you wanted to hear that, but it doesn't bother me. I grossed somebody out just today talking about stuff like that. Anyway, like the basic, you know, when you're going through your stories and stuff like that, and you pick up all this basic stuff. Like, what if you do keep the plasma, the basic beam plasma, and just work it up until it's completely upgraded to epic, versus a reward from, say, a story mission that is actually this supposedly better weapon or whatever, like a better plasma beam or some shit like that, or R&D, or something off the Zen store. Is it still good to have basic stuff in the game that's epic level? I mean, can it still hold up to a fight, you know? I guess that's a difficult question because I'm bad at, you know, over explaining. We're gonna yawn in there. I'll continue. Could you imagine somebody at a court, a lawyer? Hold on, let me yawn. I guess that's what I'm asking. If you can buy, you know, like a Zen or the best beam weapon or whatever of a type, or get one from, say, a little tiny story mission, or fighting around in space as one of those little rewards that you click, you know, that you just click on all the garbage that's in space or something
Romeo
like that.
India Zulu says, may it, yawn, please the, yawn, court.
There's a parallel reality out there where everyone yawns, and that's just part of it. It's almost like, you ever watch that movie of, I think it's just Ricky Gervais is in it, where the invention of lying or something like that, where the whole society is not aware of this lying thing, and then he figures it out, and he can manipulate everybody because they never knew what lying was.
OXNYX053 says, with the weapons at very rare, I just got into DPS Elite using that ship. But that being said, check out / acquire a T4 ship, have spent 2 points in energy weapons, ensign level space skill, use 2 Mark 11 energy based TAC consoles, tactile team 1, and fire at WILL2, you will break 10,000 DPS and be eligible for a DPS bronze invite. Darth Dragonborn 107 says, yes you, yawn, want to answer that question, yawn, but I think some of the basic stuff is way too outdated.
Basic stuff's too outdated. I just wondered about it. Because, you know, since, I don't know if it's theme built, but my characters, each one has their own type of build. It's, you know, but my main character.
OXNYX053 says, that is literally all it takes to break 10k DPS.
Bronze invite. What do you mean bronze invite? I'm asking a question I'm not going to know the answer. I'm not going to understand the answer to. Everyone realizes that, correct? Because someone today was talking about some credit score stuff or whatever at work, and they were giving me these numbers. I'm like, and is that number good or bad? Because I don't know anything about credit. Usually, if I've ever wanted something, if I didn't have the money for it, I wasn't going to get it anyway. That's why I was able to buy my car with actual money instead of putting it on a card, because I've never had something brand new before. Anyway, it's getting past this subject matter. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Each of my characters has their own specific thing, right?
Dragonot_Tios has started stalking you.
Dragon God
OXNYX053
Teos?
says, bronze, silver, gold, elite DPS tiers. They have chat channels in the game, for those of us that run parsers.
Oh. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I actually got rid of one of the channels that I had in here. It was called Presidential, or for some reason. I got rid of it. I didn't understand why I was in it. Oh, I forget about different channels in the damn game. I forget that the game has voice chat. Even though everybody says it sucks.
Dragonot_Tios says, greetings Space Explorer. It's good to be here. Call me Ty to make it easier to remember.
Ty? Okay. Ty you very much then. We will call you Ty. Welcome to the Madhouse. I am your host, Scorpwana, the idiot, the dumbass, the piece of shit that everyone knows sucks ass. So
Romeo India Zulu says, welcome to the most boring Stow stream on Twitch.
that's damn right. Most boring and damn different. If you don't like Dice and Ground, I'm so sorry, but that's mostly what you'll always see me play. I can play it without playing it, if that makes sense.
OXNYX053 says, hi Ty, I am Ox. But, Ty has nothing to do with your name.
Dragon God Teos. We'll just call him Mr. Thanky, or Mrs. Thanky. Thanky. Another thing. Ooh, we're about to get something. Phaser damage. Look at that.
OXNYX053 says, must be pronounced Ty-us.
Tyos. Long I sound, not an E sound.
Dragonot_Tios says, people tend to get my name wrong.
Hello,
Cause
Judas.
they see an L instead of an I.
Judas can
Dark
say hello with his own name.
Dragonborn107 says, welcome to the only stream on Twitch where you aren't seeing a pair of booba.
Right.
Romeo India Zulu says, Judas 2 Judas 2 spicy, Judas 2 Judas 2 spicy.
Judas too Judas too spicy. No. Don't just too Judas. Yes, Judas, isn't it great that you could actually use your own voice to say hello? I have yet to cipher through all that 2 hours and whatnot of Hey, I haven't gone through the audio from your stream yesterday. Even though that game looks awesome. I like watching that. Even though it was only like just maybe 10 to 15 or whatever minutes, but it was pretty awesome. I know that I would not be able to play that on my computer. My computer sucks. So it limits me on what games I can play now. Yes. Well, do I need
Dark
to...
Dragonborn107 says, Vexilloltist pumpkin, Vexilloltist pumpkin, Vexilloltist pumpkin.
Do I need to get like a pair of boobs or something to put on
You
the
wanna,
stream?
just do it right now, or I was thinking maybe we could...
Would it be better if I had a picture of like someone in a bra over at the right corner or some shit? A fake picture of the bottom corner of someone sitting in a hot tub that's not me. There you go.
Dragonot_Tios says, I have Star Trek Online myself, but it's on a PS4, and my TV was accidentally destroyed by my cat.
Holy shit. Knocked it in the floor, didn't they? Cats don't give a fuck.
Dragonot_Tios says, yes.
Cat's like, meow.
Romeo India Zulu says, just like 2 honeydew melons in a push-up bra lol. Melons.
Melons. Yeah. The boob tube stream.
Just Call Makor says, JK Gedrifti Hudrifti Humdrasdroid Dsiri Droid 5 Yustrist Thoifdihux Hasdriftig Fiustrist JK's Ftisks Jfiaj Segsfti Jadrois Tiaser J5DS JSFT 6 Yidr.
Isn't it damn
Dark
right?
Dragonborn 107 says, when the pussy fights back.
The cat's meow. What the hell? Didn't that get knocked back or something? The cat's like, meow. Then knocks it over on the floor.
What? What?
What the? What the? What the? Yeah, I have.
OXNYX053 says, okay, God Knight. And yes, you can just use the given weapons forever, but it never upgrades. So I'd look for a storyline item instead. Like for Gar the plasma-infused disruptors.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Darth Dragonborn
dude.
107 says, at Just Call Makora him, Oixquoixinf 6 OD5 Virus Rizruzusiasit.c Forstalskulksksjegst Case Dites Riststlstf Kazitstittlstls Kazuxtlstls KF7 DTSDLZTLZKRZJR.
You don't say.
OXNYX053 says,
Alrighty.
at Just Call Makora I agree.
Alrighty, Ox. You have a good night, man.
Dragonot_Tios says, speaking of Star Trek Online, I'm working on a fanfic based around my game file and Prometheus class ship called The Unreliable.
The Unreliable.
Romeo India Zulu says,
I like it.
have a good one at Oxnix053.
But yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, if you can get the ones that upgrade to epic level, I mean, would they just be as sufficient as some of the best stuff out there as long as they're epic level, you know? I mean, if that's all you had, like a Polaron weapon set, but you just maxed it out, kind of like the Jem'Hadar, right? If you stuck with just the Jem'Hadar weapons that you get when you are started the Jem'Hadar.
OXNYX053 says, I'll be on longer Saturday night.
Small town.
Plus laundry
Saturday
is already
night.
done, so no AFK time. Till I leave for work so I can go to bed.
Yes, go to bed, man. Go directly to bed. Do not wake up until tomorrow, whenever you wake up. Boom, 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 boom. So a fanfic based around your game file and the Prometheus class starship called there. Okay. The Unreliable. So if they need you to come help them out, you're like, okay, well, damn, my engines are down. I guess we'll be there shortly. Send a message out to all fleet members that our ship's down again. Man, you could think of the machinima type stuff you could make with this game before they ever got rid of the foundry. That would have been freaking awesome.
OXNYX053 says, sure, the storyline Jem'Hadar Polaron stuff can do endgame. If you don't mind Kurland here a whole lot meta, hell no doable, sure.
Kurland here. I keep asking you questions and you keep coming back. Dude, go to bed. Well, I guess you on PC, you can go to the Tribble server and unlock every damn thing and do that. But if it's a fanfic, that's writing it down instead of a. See, it would be so cool to create like an actual fanny fiction-y type thing, but it's like machinima.
OXNYX053 says, Tots the episode for Gem Polaron stuff, right?
I have no idea. I'm talking about like the default stuff that comes with the Jem'Hadar.
Romeo India Zulu says, my Cat in the Hat character was using the basic disruptor for the longest time. The weapons that came with the ship.
Yeah. Well, it's because apparently for my character Yushanka on here, I've never upgraded her stuff till last night. Because she was all at low level
OXNYX053
stuff.
says, thought, thirsty hottie over there.
Thirsty hottie over there. Yeah, I'm ignorant when it comes to a lot of shit. So yeah, I'm learning though. One day I'm gonna eat a chili dog. Yeah. But if no one knows what machinima is, if you've ever heard of Red versus
Romeo
Blue,
India Zulu says, I knew it to be that hoe over there. LOL, same really.
that hoe over there. I just thought it was the word thought. Cause you know, I'm dumb. I'm retarded. My brain don't work too good, you know. Yeah, my brain it don't work too good, yeah. Yeah, Adrian, I'm over here sitting down watching the television. Oh, Sylvester Stallone posted another YouTube video. He apparently like in the 80s, 90s. I never watched this movie, but it's called he was called Cobra or whatever. And now they've made an action figure that he is endorsing, and he did a review on it. It was like 2 minutes of a review.
Dragonot_Tios says, the premise is that there's a 21st century guy that was frozen in a cryopod made from the remains of 29th century tech, and being launched into space by Chronoworks Industries. The company based from Voyager's future and two-parter.
Wait. A 21st century guy that was frozen in a cryopod made from the remains of a 29th century tech being launched into space, Chronoworks Industries. 21st century, okay, 29th century, wait a minute. Okay, the guy's from the 21st century, but he got put into the pod in the 29th century? How old is this guy? Like, 8 centuries old? Chronoworks, is the Chronoworks one from TNG, where those people, were frozen, or whatever, and TNG crew found them? Is that where that comes from? That episode that has, the Texas guy in it or whatever, and the other guy who's like a philanthropist or whatever. And everybody on the way, shit fucker! Oh shit, I died. O'Neill down, Tilk, ticklish.
Dragonot_Tios says, no, but the idea was based from that. Just Call McCower says, you don't need 29th century tech. You just need an ice age and Pauly Shore digging up a swimming pool.
Encino Man. And Brendan Fraser is your guy. Yeah. Brendan Fraser. I don't want to call him Fraser. Niles, is that you, Niles? And the dog and dad? Fraser Crane? But he don't know what to do with that tossed salad and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Scrambled eggs all over his face. What is a guy to do? Innuendo much? That's a pretty good premise. I like it. Anytime you have the frozen thing, it was a movie I watched, or was it a show, story, something? I don't know. About a guy that was frozen and then woken up like centuries later, and some of him had degraded, so they had to replace a lot of his parts with shit or whatever. It wasn't The Last Human with what's his face. It was like a Twilight Zone type thing or whatever. Maybe one of the newer Twilight Zones, or no, it had been a movie.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Because he was trying to deal with the differences between the world he left behind and because it was like a voluntary cryo-freezing thing, and when he woke up they had like revived him and had to genetically replace a lot of his parts and stuff. Like you know, some of his liver or something, and he was trying to deal with the being out of time thing, you know, like being out of his time and being in the future or whatever, and he kept trying to kill himself and stuff like that. Which you never know how you're going to take something like that if that were ever to really happen. Unless you're the 7 days guy. You go back every 7 days. No, you go back in time for 7 days, not for 7 days. Damn, that would suck, wouldn't it? Like Groundhog Day for a week. That's a good movie, too. or a show.
OXNYX053 says, at Dragonot_Tios the biggest difference between consoles and PC is the ability for PC players to customize energy power levels, in increments of 5, and not be locked into the presets. Other than that, build tips and concepts are the same.
Customize energy
Just
power
Call
levels?
McCower says, you ever watch that weird movie about a caveman who had a weird genetic mutation that made him immortal and so be basically was Jesus and every other important religious figure?
Yes, I have actually seen that.
Romeo India Zulu says,
Um,
yet I so wish I can adjust my levels.
he was like a teacher at some sort of college or whatever, and got them all together in that room and told him his life story or something. I remember that. That was a pretty good movie. I like that. He was no Jordan Collier.
Tios says, at Oxnix053 I would play the PC version, but I don't have the money to get a gaming PC yet.
What do you mean power levels? We can adjust power levels in the game? I'm confused. Have I not been doing that? Is that why I've been dying all the damn time and everything? I don't know I don't know to do the power level thing. Wouldn't doubt it a bit.
Romeo India Zulu says, LOL 10 years in, Scorp discovers power levels.
Yes.
OXNYX053 says, I like picking 3, locking my weapons and auxiliary, and swapping my engine and shield power level setting. Then locking that preset to weapons.
Wait a minute. You're talking about ship stuff, huh? Let me get up here in the ship stuff real quick. Do you mean this thing over here? These bars? Like attack, defense, speed, balanced.
Indeed.
Oh, that's like that's the power level?
OXNYX053 says, gaming PC. I run a 12-year-old gaming PC, a general use laptop, and a Frank N tower of spare parts. 3 lifetime account polyers in my house.
There's a save button on
says,
there.
You ever watch that movie about the kid who drove a fancy car and then his mom tried to have sex with him?
No.
OXNYX053 says, Scorp, Mo hit the 3 boxes along the upper right, and pick 3.
There's a save button? Why would you need to save that?
OXNYX053 says, now lock weapons and auxiliary.
How do you lock it? Oh, you do that.
Just Call McCower says, yeah, it is called Back to the Future.
Oh,
Dragonot
that.
_Tios says, anyways, the ship itself was already being commanded by a captain who at the time had already dealt with most of the game up to saving the founders in the Gamma Quadrant from their own stupidity and hubris. OXNYX053 says, now max out NGEs.
Okay.
OXNYX053 says, dumbass, unlock shields and engines.
They're unlocked. I've never played with that.
Just Call McCower says, aren't you supposed to be sleeping?
He can't help it.
OXNYX053 says, Click Weapons preset. Lock weapons and auxiliary, max out the engines, and lock that.
Click weapons preset. What is the weapon? Is this thing?
You're goddamn right.
OXNYX053 says, attack.
And then lock shields. Then max out engines. Everything resets itself.
OXNYX053 says, lock your weapons and auxiliary levels. Dragonot_Tios says, by the time the captain and crew pick up the cryopod, an enemy from a previous Star Trek game makes a comeback from a distortion from another galaxy. And that enemy is the Vorsot from the game, Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. Gary the Klingon says, puny human. I
Yeah.
demand you go to sleep.
Gary the Klingon.
OXNYX053 says, select weapons preset, lock weapons and auxiliary, max out engines draining your shields, lock that preset.
Select weapons preset.
OXNYX053 says, okay, lock that preset means hit the save button.
Oh. Set set the preset to current values. Okay.
OXNYX053 says, not yurt.
Not yurt. Okay. Not yurt. Gary the Klingon.
OXNYX053 says, hit the lock on weapons and auxiliary. OXNYX053 says, or balance.
Okay. And then click on the save button.
OXNYX053 says, now max your energies.
It won't let me pull it all the way up, Captain.
OXNYX053 says, now save.
Save. And that makes him like go faster or something?
Samu Wraith says, click on save button K.
Okay.
OXNYX053 says, hit balance.
Like click on balance? It just resets everything back to normal.
Just Call McCower says, knock knock, who's there? Fuck you Baltimore.
Fuck you, Baltimore.
OXNYX053 says, yes. Romeo India Zulu says, now you can fire your nuclear Wesleys.
Now go back to attack.
Dragonot_Tios says, the Vorsoth attack and drag the ship into the distortion and everyone save the guy in the cryopod gets killed by the radiation. The only reason why the dude survives, is cause the pod is made of future tech, so the guy and the ship sim are the only remaining ones alive. And end up trapped in said galaxy. OXNYX053 says, now go back to attack preset. OXNYX053 says, see, your custom setting. Samu Wraith says, and that's why Just Call McCower fights for you Albuquerque.
Does it save that? Or do you have to do that every time you get onto a character? So the cryopod gets killed. And the only reason the guy survives is because his pod is made of future tech. And the ship's EMH are only remaining ones alive, so he's trapped in the galaxy. Ugh. You've really thought that out. I say make it happen. Dude, you've been pretty awesome at making a Foundry episode. That sounds cool. If only they didn't get rid of Foundry. Okay, alright, I'm gonna go back to ground battle. Because I need to do that to get that done. So you can actually save that stuff. I've only ever like clicked chose like the weapons thing, and that's it. So I never really messed with that stuff. I know that was called power levels.
OXNYX053 says, until you click reset, that will be your energy setting for this tune when you click the attack preset.
Nice.
Just Call Makover says, probably why all those people called you a dumbass idiot when doing firefights. Because they modified their levels and you was doing default BS.
Wouldn't doubt it a bit.
Dragonot_Tios says, I know. I even have a cool intro sentence going. You want to hear it?
Yes, please. Space, the final frontier, okay?
Dragonot_Tios says, space. The great unknown. The vast darkness of the void from within its depths of beautiful stars in the night sky. From that endless final frontier, we look upon the hopes and dreams of trillions of worlds and civilizations. Many to see the vast majesty to the future, where we boldly go where no one has gone before. There will be challenges, mistakes, and chaos. But the spirit will be indomitable.
Dude, that sounds
Samu
awesome.
Wraith says, I had a wild idea for a future for a storyline. Scorp doubt they'd use it. Con Noonien Singh instead of being found by Kirk in Space Seed crosses dimensions and is found by the Terrans and becomes Emperor there.
See, that would have made more sense to me. Con Noonien Singh or whatever as an emperor instead of Wesley Crusher.
OXNYX053 says, I go into
Shut the
balance and
fuck
max
up!
auxiliary out for science ships to get more exotic damage. Depending upon the ship and build, I put engines or weapons as my secondary high thing.
I like that introduction there, Ty. That's a pretty good thing. If you could find like a good voice to text to speech to make that, and then have like
Samu Wraith says,
some.
see, I agree. Scorp instead, not Wesley.
Yeah, not Wesley. Definitely not Wesley fucking Crusher. Yeah, Khan could like, like one of the timelines or something. He could still be in his cryo chamber and then be found centuries after Kirk or whatever in the Terran universe. That would have made a hell of a lot more sense than Wesley Crusher. Dude, that's a damn good idea. How about we just refer to Wesley Crusher as Khan then? You should find some music for that, Ty. Like some introduction music.
OXNYX053 says, okay, shock logging off. More Saturday night if you ask.
Gotcha. Thank you for telling me about the power thing. I've only ever just clicked on the attack thing and didn't even know what the hell that was. I'm sure the tutorial probably went over it back in the day, but you know how that stuff just kind of just leaves you if you don't use it. So this whole time I've just used attack more, and everything else has been low. I learned something today, and I'll probably forget about it tomorrow. The way my brain works. But I could totally tell, like, if you were to have a female British text voice or whatever, saying that introduction with some sort of, like, some music or whatever playing in the background, that'd be a cool introduction to our Star Trek show. Probably better than what we have on right now, I'll tell you the truth. Very much. So I need to watch Prodigy. Learn something. Done learnt something over around here. See? That's one of the things I made this for. Forgot it. That's the whole point of like the
Sam
streaming
Wraith
thing.
says, not to mention his superior humans being introduced more and more, introducing genocide to all, which is imperfect in his eyes, continuing his work on genetic manipulation.
Yeah, that is true. Like in the Terran universe, Khan would be an ultimate Terran. Like, or well, he says he is Terran. He's from Earth. He's an Earthling. But he would be like, he's kind of is the Terran, if you think about it. Like, before the whole evil Terrans thing or whatever, he is that anyway. So, would it be the opposite then Uh-oh, they're running away from the park. That usually means it's about to be taking it down. That usually means, like, what if Khan in the Terran universe was a good guy?
Romeo India Zulu says, if Prime Khan is bad, Mirror Khan must be good.
Yes, yes. See, you summed it up in so many fewer words and sounds better. That's one of the things I have a problem with. I'm not good at that. I tend to over-explain, like I've mentioned before. But that's a good point. Unless Khan never died
Samu Wraith
or
says,
whatever.
at Romeo India Zulu, no, I mean our Khan goes there.
Our Khan goes there, okay. So, are you looking at maybe theoretically altering the history a little bit? Like, another time, it's like a timeline-y glitch type situation? Where Kirk never encounters Khan? Or something like that? Or the fate of Khan is not the same, that he goes back into cryostasis? Like, say, his ship never, when it blew up, he was, like, protected somehow and went back into, like a cryogenic sleep, only to go through the tear in the universe, to the Terran universe. A tear to the Terran. That's a pretty good idea, though. And I would totally buy Khan being an Emperor versus Wesley Dam Crusher. Emperor Khan. See, it even sounds, well, you know, Genghis Khan. Khan! Nah.
Just Call Makor says, at Oxnix 053 Scorp needs your help. Dragonot _ Tios says, the reason why Chronoworks froze the guy in the first place was because they were scared of a repeat of Khan and his goons. And thanks to the asshole Philip Green doing his terrorist acts, they became paranoid and fearing World War III.
Ooh. So you've thought that out pretty damn good. I like that.
Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley. Wesley's watching, so Picard... Wesley's over in the corner. Picard and Beverly are in bed together. And he looks over his shoulder. Wesley starts to mention something, and that's when Picard says, "Shut up, Wesley." Sir, when are you going to leave our quarters, sir? Shut up, Wesley.
Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
Nobody fucks with the Jesus? Wasn't that supposed to be a movie? I've already asked that before, haven't I? Or a show. It was supposed to be a show. And I don't think it did too well and like before it ever really aired.
Searching for a way to tap into the hidden strengths that all humans have, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the gamma radiation chamber.
Samu Wraith says, yet exactly he never meets Kirk. His ship, his people cross dimensions, whether through a wormhole or whatever, they crossed dimensions.
Consequences that he could not atone. Undriven by
Dragonot
pursued by an
_ Tios
investigative
says,
reporter.
well, not so
A
much
man
the
hot on
company,
his trail is
but
out.
the CEO,
The
who's
investigative
not what
reporter,
he
who
seems.
continuously follows Sam wherever he may appear. And now, when Dr. Beckett grows angry or outraged, a startling metamorphosis occurs. Dr. Beckett is believed to be dead, and he must let the world think that he is dead until he can find a way to control the raging spirit that dwells within him.
The CEO who's not what he seems, is he from the future? Ooh, the Wi-Fi's had a pretty damn good episode this past time on spontaneous human combustion. That stuff's always freaked me out.
Dragonot _ Tios says, mirror universe from the future.
Ooh. Nice. When you throw time into Star Trek, it's always something crazy, you know? I'm surprised how easy they can time travel. Yeah, slingshot around the sun. No problem. Time warp. Mr. Spock did the calculations. Okay, Captain. Paul Rubens is Spock. Pee Wee Herman. Does everybody know what time it is? Today's secret word is Captain. Worf comes in. Captain, we must do this. Worf used to get pissed off a lot, and it was so hilarious. I do not understand. Remember the episode where Worf was like bouncing between universes?
I don't think so, Tim.
You don't think so, Tim? I don't think so, Tim, either, Tim.
Dragonot_Tios says, with the CEO being from the Terran Empire from the 31st century.
It'd be like a Lorca type
Samurath
situation.
says,
That's pretty
at Dragonot_Tios, well, the government or whatever hadn't experimented in the first place, Khan would never have been created. He actually seized power according to the books, and it took the combined power of all the nations to stop him, I believe. Just Call Makor says, I remember the episode where Worf was bouncing on that D.
Worf was bouncing on that Diak. Because you know it's all about that, no.
Dragonot_Tios says, I didn't say Khan was created.
Come. Eugenics wars and stuff like that. Yeah, in Picard it was like, it was Data's ancestor, one of the Sungs that
But
started
you don't
that
have to
shit.
take my word for it.
A bleeding asshole. Even before the Enterprise one, whenever they had that other Sung. So he's like been behind all that shit the whole time. I love how they incorporate Brent Spiner's family lineage of Sungs into everything. That's pretty genius. And him being back in the next
Samurath says,
season of Picard.
I didn't mean like Khan was born in a test tube, I mean he was genetically altered.
Yeah. Wasn't that the thing though, like the alteration and stuff over time, and he was named after the Great Genghis?
Dragonot_Tios says, in the Prime Universe, yes.
In the not too distant future, somewhere in time and space, Micah Nelson and his robot pals are caught
Samurath
in a
says,
nasty
he was given
chase.
every benefit, faster, stronger and smarter.
Na 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 na. Na 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 na. The $1 Million Man, buddy. Na 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 na. Surprised they don't have a model kit of that. Well, what is his, was his name in the show? $1 Million Man guy. Shit, I only did one of them? I thought I did one of the other one. Oh, this shit fucker. Okay. Steve Austin. There you go. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah. Could you imagine if they come up with like a model kit? You know, because a lot of people
Samurath
like to
says,
collect the 80s
if
stuff.
Prime Khan did seize power, it would be far more insane than Wesley or anyone else.
Heck yeah. I would totally buy more
Just
of a
Call
Khan
Makor
thing.
says, Stone Cold Steve, fuck you, Baltimore.
You say fuck you, Baltimore?
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars!
bad deal.
Cars that break down!
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
You can kiss my ass.
it's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker!
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed!
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass!
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass!
Bring your tray.
Bring your title!
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her!
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
take a hike
to Big Bill Hell.
home of challenge pissing!
That's right.
Challenge pissing!
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
You get no down payment.
don't wait!
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off!
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off!
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check!
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell!
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest
And exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
guaranteed!
Samurath says, wow, Core, what in the world? Jeez.
Fuck you, Baltimore. Stone Cold Steve Austin. No. But you know, like how a lot of people are obsessed over like 80s stuff, memorabilia type thing from the shows, A-Team, all that.
Dragonot underscore Tios says, I plan to have the CEO be the main villain of the FIC, but he doesn't really show himself, except in hints where he's implied to be the villain, but has a second fake name.
As long as he's not Wesley Crusher, we're good. Will Wheaton stars as Wesley Crusher in an all-new episode of Star Trek Online. Da-dum-dum.
Romeo India Zulu says, used to watch Airwolf with Grandpa.
Yeah, that was a cool show. I'm waiting for them to come out with a die-casty something of that. Because if you've seen it, like I've posted something about it, I think. But, you know, they've come out with the Ecto 1, the build kit where you spend like your whole life or whatever.
Says, it is not Wesley. Don't worry about it.
Thank you so much. But, you know, you subscribe to these, like, things or whatever, and they send you parts or whatever, and you get to build the actual Ecto or whatever, or the Knight Rider car, or just stuff from those eras, because that's what most of us, you know, watched and things. But could you imagine if they did that for the $1 Million Man? Like, you're just putting this body together? No. I need to have that sound effect
says,
on here.
I could do a fictional writing of Khan seizing power, but it might be pretty terrifying and not many left alive by the end of the writing.
That's right. We've only ever, like, gone a little bit with Khan, if you think about it. Like, what he's actually capable of, you know. His immense strength goes around and around to the flame or some shit. Where's Doc?
Just Call Makor says, OMG what, I can't believe that. Samuraith says, I cannot believe that I went to the store today and shot a duck with a BB gun.
BB gun. BB gun. BB gun. BB gun. One purchased from Walmart. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, till yeah. I think fan fiction writing's pretty damn awesome. I mean, if you can create pretty good ideas
Samuraith
from that.
says, at Just Call Makor LOL, go shoot that dear duck. Dragonot underscore Tios says, I plan to have new alien races in the fanfic. Although, some of them are similar to the races of the Milky Way. Others are a bit of fusions cultural-wise.
What about some that are like dimensional beings? Like from other planes of existence? Kind of like the ones that were kidnapping everyone in TNG and, you know, the clicker people.
Dragonot underscore Tios says, Q is a bit obvious.
Have the O. Remember in the Q books, the Q are against the O all the time, fighting them.
Just Call Makor says, if you watched Stargate SG-1 you learn that there are not alien races, just humans on other planets, except for the small handful of alien races.
Alien races who were once like the other ones before. And the Furlings, we never saw the Furlings.
Dragonot underscore Tios says, Q also hate the R.
The whole alphabet is against Q. Hell, even the Q hate Q. Oh, the fate of Q. That's so sad. What were those other alien races or whatever in the in Stargate SG-1 where they can create like a event horizon to allow the Stargate to be used just by waving their hand across it? They had wildy hair, you know, and like had an invisible city up in the sky or something like that. And the Furlings were just, they weren't really shown, but they were a version of an idea of them were shown. Yes, Mr. That's all William Shatner too.
Samuraith says, Have Khan recruit Vulcans as his bodyguards. Imagine him with more ships with greater firepower if you remember the Vengeance. Dragonot_Tios says, I call Q Discord. Cause his antics polluted the Equus planet.
Q is responsible for a lot of shit. Vulcans. Well, in Terran universe, the Vulcans are kind of like enslaved by the humanity anyway to do their bidding. Zephyr Cochrane shot him with a shotgun, bitch. Zephyr Cochrane. Not a lot of people remember, but Zephyr Cochrane's character was actually on the original series of Star Trek. Zephyr Cochrane. And I don't know if they kept the history within all of that, though. You know, like, in TOS, after he did all the, like, warping around and stuff and, you know, creating the engine and whatnot like that, he, tested it out one time and just vanished or something. And then that's when Kirk and the crew find him on an isolated planet where he, like, landed or crashed or something. With that alien salt sucker
Samu Wraith
thing.
says, I thought that universe Vulcans were vile and cruel, deeply feared, or is that the mirror universe? Dragonot_Tios says, the theory that Cochrane met a powerful alien, it reversed his age. Romeo India Zulu says, he was in TNG as well, but not as Zephyr, an robot.
Yeah, the actor guy was. Yeah, I remember that. In the Terran universe or / mirror universe that we call Terran universe, the Terrans are kind of like against all alien races, you know, and seeking them out, and the alien races are against the Terrans, trying to, because like Klingons apparently are like good there and like not the way Klingons are in ours, and it's almost like, what is it, like Picard, you know, that the last season of Picard, that altered future thing. But in Enterprise, T'Pol and the Vulcans and stuff like that served on board the starships, not voluntarily though. They were forced to serve, and they couldn't do their Vulcan practices. They couldn't like mind meld, or they couldn't like meditate or anything like that, or suppress their emotions.
Dragonot_Tios says, Klingons are still Klingons no matter what universe they're in.
I don't know. It was some sort of episode, I think, in Discovery, where like all the alien races were trying to be against the humans or something like that because they were being hunted down. Cling on me when you're ungrateful. I will be there. I'll help you move on to the gates of Sto-vo-kor, where we will be honored. Cling on me.
Samu Wraith says, you're right. Terrans either subjugate or kill anything but themselves.
Yeah, and they kill themselves too. If they're striving for power, they'll try to find a way to get that power. If that means like staging a coup on the upper rank or whatever and taking over. It's almost like they're like Klingons without honor, is how the Terrans kind of remind me. Like challenge somebody to a fight, or just killing somebody but without honor, kind of thing. What was it in original series?
Samu Wraith says, still Khan in charge, damn.
Yeah. Original series, the Captain Kirk in the Mirror Universe had a certain death ray or whatever that he can kill anybody in the ship with, if he knew that they were threatening him. And he had Goatee Spock. I like that one episode of TOS where Kirk gets cloned, and Kirk wants to make sure that Spock knows that this guy's the clone, so he keeps repeating that phrase about him, like his pointed devil ears or whatever, and green-blooded, whatever, like that, like insults. So no matter what, the clone, every time he talks to Spock, he just, under his breath, he calls him all these things. Spock's reaction, like, the fuck?
Samu Wraith says, yeah, Mirror Universe Kirk had that.
Dun 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 dun. There's a Gorn in a diaper. Mr. Diaper Rash reporting for duty, sir.
Repeat. The imposter is not to be injured.
Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk!
Damn it!
I'm Captain Kirk! I'm Captain Kirk!
No, I am. No, me. Rumor has it that's just William Shatner.
Dragonot_Tios says, one of the races in my fanfic is the O'Clarix. A sort of Neelix-like race that's cautiously militaristic that hates the Vorsov, but is a bit xenophobic like pre-Hobbes Romulans.
Ramalama ding dong.
Samu Wraith says, break the pot.
Don't break the pot, baby. Break the pot. Dump the pot over.
Romeo India Zulu says, I'd rather smoke it. Samu Wraith says, rumor has it Shatner used that to warm up for his part in TOS.
That's right, damn it. Yeah, the production crew showed William Shatner some video of future episodes of Chris Pine becoming Captain Kirk, and Shatner's response was then recorded, and that response is, I'm Captain Kirk.
Just Call Makor says, Idkfa.
Idkfa? I don't kick fuck ass. IDK? Just let your love flow.
Just Call Makor says, Id.
Adidas. Or Adidas, as it's actually pronounced, or something somewhere else. Adidas. Sonic Boom. Kagan, where the hell's Timmy? You're supposed to watch out for that son of a bitch. Oh, I thought you were shooting at me for a second. What?
Just Call Makor says, they are Doom 2 cheat codes.
Doom 2 cheat codes?
Samu Wraith says, what Just Call Makor I don't know fluck anal hole lol.
Anal hole. He said anal. An aisle? Yeah. Miyagi say anal. Ha 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 ha. Miyagi want the Daniel-san stick a finger in the Miyagi ass. Yola-hole. That shit used to bother me in Street Fighter 2. Dude would jump up on the fence there, you know, and crawl all over it, then try to jump and attack and all that bullshit.
Romeo India Zulu says, up up down down get shit on AB suck it select start.
For real, yo. Damn it. AB AC ABB blood code Sega Genesis. Up up down down left right select. Man, this SNES Mortal Kombat 2 used to have a lot of menu codes from the fighter screen. Down, down, left, left, up, up, right, right.
Samu Wraith says, Miyagi says hands and knees. Daniel San scrub floor with toothbrush.
Sniss.
Romeo India Zulu says, sneeze.
Sneeze. Sneeze. Sneeze. SNES. I should totally show a picture of my one of my SNES controllers.
Dragonot_Tios says, another race I got planned is the roughed out. Hawk people race like Hawk Girl that are obsessed with honor like Klingons, but are a bit more sensible. Unless you break their laws. And you are given a few simple choices: death battle, slavery, or temporary imprisonment by being a weaponsmith.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. So I actually put them to work instead of killing them. I always thought that crazy at Klingons. Like, whenever they don't think they're worthy, they're like, okay, well, just kill me. You know, like, what the fuck? Or execute. They're all about executing people for no damn reason. And whenever they get promoted in this game, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but there's like this big choir that plays and orchestra or some shit like that that lasts several days. When everybody else is like, congratulations, Commander. Congratulations, Cap. Congratulations. And the honor's like, you have served the Empire well. Blah, 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 like that. And there's this big orchestra that happened. What do you do if you're an Andorian? Do the Andorians have a... You know? Why is it specified between Klingons... Well, I guess it's since it's KDF, and you have your Discovery, you've got your Dominion. You know, Odo does it for that one. Worf, Worf does it for the Klingons.
Samarath says, Miyagi say I do fancy kick while standing in front of ocean wave. Miyagi kick water.
Miyagi kick water. Water not kick Miyagi. Miyagi drink whiskey for dinosaur. Yeah, Miyagi stripped clothing down on Daniel-san, and Daniel look at Miyagi weird, and Miyagi fall into toilet and head first. Miyagi have headache next day. Yeah. Now the hell, we didn't even click a button. We have to actually just shoot.
Samarath says, LOL.
Miyagi, go and lay down, take a nap. Miyagi have a rough night. Miyagi out with a woman, a stripper. Yeah. They pick her up underneath a lamp post. Miyagi no have money this morning. Miyagi lay down, take a nap.
Samarath says, Danielson stare at Miyagi. Miyagi snore. Dragonot_Tios says, the imprisonment is a potentially better option, cause if you make a high quality weapon, the Rodout get impressed by your craftsmanship, and let you out early.
Now that's a pretty
cool
idea.
Do a poor job, and you continue being a weaponsmith. Samarath says, LOL so funny.
Miyagi funny. Miyagi wreck in ditch. Yeah. Pick him up, more rock in Miyagi's shoe. Miyagi, no like rock in shoe. Miyagi fall down again. Miyagi, kick Cobra Kai ass. After Miyagi, get off floor from drinking too much whiskey. So that's a pretty cool idea for an alien race.
Romeo India Zulu says, paint fence, wax car, pick up dry cleaning, buy dinner.
Sober up, Miyagi. Paint a fence, wax a car, pick up a dry cleaning, buy a dinner. Hey. Miyagi, go lie down again. Too much wild time with women at bar.
Samu Wraith says, Miyagi give Daniel San chores.
Oh, Miyagi.
Samu Wraith says, give Miyagi massage.
You pull a Miyagi pant down. Give Miyagi massage in groin. Yes, but two hand, not one hand. Show Miyagi stroke the fence. Stroke the pipe. Shit.
Samu Wraith says, buy Miyagi beer yes, him low.
Him low. Ni hai. Ni hao. Ni hao. See, Archer. I've never had a knee high before. That's a drink. It's like a grape knee high, orange knee high. It's like a soda thing or whatever. But I don't think it's carbonated though. Ooh, Rex time. Radar O'Reilly. Ah, fucking man. Clean up, Lee. Clean up. Clean up, Lee. Clean up. Knight Rider. I was talking to my coworker that I work with tonight, since she's only 20 years old, has never heard of Knight Rider. I was thinking, oh wow, you know, because I'm excited for this little new Knight Rider model that's out that I'm never gonna have. But I like watching it being put together by people. You know, it's a subscription model you buy or whatever. Parts come in monthly and you put it together. But I was telling my coworker about it, and I said, "You've never heard of Knight Rider, have you?" She goes, "No." So I tried to explain it. I said, "I tell you what, I'll send you like a YouTube video, kind of explaining the series, because there's bound to be one on there. I can't find one for
Samu Wraith
shit."
says, is there a new Knight Rider?
No. There's not a new one. But it's like there's this website where you can pay so much a month to receive parts to build a metal 2 foot by like 8 inches by what is it, like maybe 5 inch tall, 6 inch tall actual kit model from the show that it's licensed by Universal, NBC, and GM, who created the car, Tandem.
Alright, Dan.
Alright, Dan. But
Dragonot_Tios says, the next race I got planned is the Coethians, a lagomorph race that has a lot of economic power due to trade, tracking intelligence scouts, assassinations, and cooking chefs. No one really messes with this race cause they control a large portion of the galaxy of supplies.
Ah, so they don't want to mess with them, huh? A lot of trading there. They represent the Lollipop Guild.
Do you have a delightful treat to try?
Neelix all up in that shit. Neelix always be jonesing for some more shit during the winter event. Scratching at his arms, picking at his face.
Samu Wraith says, at Dragonot_Tios should enhance the Betazoids or something other than just making them feel everything.
Sexual arousal? What? Everything that they've wanted. They were meant to be, supposed to be, but they lost it. Shit, what am I doing running around like a dumbass? Okay.
Orion 1 star says, high score. I got a question in TOS characters. Why are humans strategically superior to Vulcans? Samu Wraith says, like use their emotions to bend everything to their will.
High score, got a question in TOS characters. Why are humans strategically superior to Vulcans? I don't know that they are they? I would think that Vulcans are more logical about it, but humans use their emotions to strategize their attacks and things, so maybe that's what it is. It's the use of emotion that Vulcans have shunned in their own society. And hello there, Orion Star. Attack that Rex. There you go, buddy. Sick 'em, Dano. Ha ha ha! You are watching
Samu
me
Wraith says,
do that.
human intuition or something I don't know.
Good job, Shuttle. Good job, buddy. Good job. Yeah. Good job, man. That damn good job.
Orion 1 star says, no, I'm talking about game mechanics for the characters literally in Star Trek Online. Somebody once told me this, but because I was forcibly removed from the community hub, as you know, I can no longer look at my old post, and a friend told me some of them are disappearing.
Your poster disappearing?
Romeo India Zulu says, I can't solo a Rex. Well, not when you don't shoot M. Orion 1 star says, yes, my old poster disappearing from September to October, so I can't look them up. He can't look them up.
Huh. Yeah, it is. I wasn't thinking about like shooting that one. I wanted to see if the shuttle could do it by itself. On that account.
Samu Wraith says, Miyagi says shoot gun not work by itself.
Shoot the gun and not work by itself. Miyagi. Maybe they don't save like so much between months or something. I don't.
Dragongot_Tios says, the last race I plan to have so far is the Savang, a pre-warp race of anime cat people where one cat girl accidentally stumbles upon an operation of the Vorsoth and the heroes fighting and stows away on a Delta Flyer shuttlecraft. Orion 1 star says, well, I just wondered if you knew the technical answer for game mechanics for my question.
I haven't a clue about game mechanics, that's for damn sure. Riz knows more about the game mechanics than I do. Me, I just shoot weapons.
Dalek_Kurland says, the answer is, Daleks are supreme.
Superior. Hello, Dalek Kurland. Dalek Kurland here. Dalek. I don't know, Vulcans seem to have like a superiority thing in the game. Humans just have luck. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom.
Samu Wraith says, cat people in Trek use a melee pounce, then your weapon cut and slash.
Unless you have catnip.
Orion 1 star says, I think is when I ask a question I don't know if people are giving me just opinion or mechanical facts for the game.
I wouldn't know either way. I don't know a lot about the mechanics of the game.
Says, or cause hairball scorp grinning _face_with_sweat.
Hairballs? You've got to fire. Do what they say. Damn it. I got a little bit of damage going on. There we go.
Orion 1 star says, when I say score it's meant to be the first part of your name SCORP, but the spelling comes out wrong.
Spelling comes out wrong. Yeah, because it's speech to text that you're using, yes. I totally get it.
Samu Wraith says, cat people in Trek probably strong.
Cat people are strong. Yeah, they can jump higher too.
Kurland says, as much as I like the TOS era, I simply do not make any characters from that faction because of the lack of an alien creator and cat people. Romeo India Zulu says, I got 2 full teams of cats, 1 fed 1 KDF. Fun times. All pounds. I have no idea why humans are inherently superior to Vulcans other than they have an innate trait called leadership that helps Hull Riggin. But then again, I don't consider them to be superior. Only Romulans and Jem'Hadar Vanguard are top tier.
Yeah. I always thought of the like humans in the game are just average. Because all the alien races like in Star Trek in general always seem to think of humans as like a subspecies or whatever, you know. I mean, like the Romulans for sure think of humans as just subpar. Vulcans completely.
Samu Wraith says, at Romeo India Zulu even Klingons are superior, right?
They have like superior strength.
Dalek _ Kurland says, Cybermen, I mean Borg, are best. Dragonot _ Tyos says, the reason why humans are superior is cause they're underestimated.
Underestimated? In the game or just in
Samu
general
says,
on Star Trek?
Kurland LOL.
Because Orion Stars is talking about like in the game versus just you know, in the general of everything, and like if that's a game mechanic that was coded that way. Wait a minute, why am I having to do this? The guy's sitting over here. What the hell? Let's talk this over. It's not like where it's at.
Romeo India Zulu says, I thought we was talking game. In-game Klingons aren't better, but they do have some cool ship designs.
Yes.
Samu Wraith says, VGER isn't he superior to Borg Kurland? Orion 1 star says, yes, I'm only talking about the game status and I do agree with you, but I do really wish they would have cat people in Star Trek for POS, cause then I would remake the cat girl from the animated series.
Feature.
Probably there's probably some sort of thing to it. I don't know what it is about the like why, who, or what not. All you can do is like you look at the human stuff for the game. I mean, if you're looking at captains, you kind of give yourself the traits or whatever you want them to have. But and Vulcans usually have the superiority type thing. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know how they calculate a bunch of shit in this game anyway. It seems to fluctuate. You can be just sitting there and nothing happening.
At Romeo India Zulu, you thought in-game KDF was pretty equivalent to humans. I've not looked at that. Dalek _ Kurland says, at Orion 1 star, well, first the Cadens would need to look like the ones from the animated series instead of Uncanny Valley wax creations. Orion 1 star says, Scorp, thank you for your honesty and your straightforward respect.
Yeah. I'm like that in real life, because this is real life. Like where I work at, people come in there and they'll ask me if we have something. I said, I have no idea, to tell you the truth. They'll say, how much is this? I have no idea, but I'll show you how much it is.
Dragonot _ Tyos says, because the why humans superior in lore, is cause they are underestimated in tactics. As well as unending insatiable thirst for getting past a problem with unorthodox out-of-the-box solutions.
Just weird, man. Humans are weird.
What? What?
What?
What? Water. Water in the splashes fishy fish. Miyagi lose goldfish. Miyagi think it swim up
Samu Wraith
Miyagi ass.
says, Miyagi splash.
Miyagi splash.
Orion 1 star says, I'm all about unorthodox stick-to-the-wall solutions just to solve a problem, yet I have to come through that every day.
Daniel takes Miyagi to the doctor. They do an x-ray, find that the goldfish is up Miyagi's ass. Oh, that I love survive. I'll draw the tears from your eyes. Let's not let a
Dragonot underscore Tyos says, humans also thirst for alien booty and booba. Samu Wraith says, Miyagi had too much to drink, he staggers, does karate chop.
Damn it, I misspelled it.
Boobies.
Dun, 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 dun.
Orion 1 star says, is that Brannigan proved that when he wanted to get it on with Tringalila Lila. Dalek underscore Furlan says, at Dragonot underscore Tyos, well, that's the same with humans in the Doctor Who universe too. Samu Wraith says, all while Riz leads the Autobots to search for boobies.
Dun, 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 dun. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Orion 1 star says, I don't know what universe 2 is in Doctor Who.
The Doctor.
Romeo India Zulu says, Tuvok from Spaceballs, I ain't found shit.
Found shit. Don't we have that one?
Samu Wraith says, no Megatron Scorp. Orion 1 star says, we ain't found S.
Damn, I thought I had that. Why do I keep thinking I need to add that shit?
Samu Wraith says, we need to use the Schwartz too.
Use the Schwartz, Lone Star. May the Schwartz be with you. Dink dink. Dink 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 dink. Dink dink. Dink 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 dink. Spaceballs.
Romeo India Zulu says, you got the assholes one, but I think that's it. Orion 1 star says, Scorp, you need to make a Lone Star character. I should have used Lone Star as my screen name when I made a Snow account. Dalek underscore Kurland says, humans when they develop faster than light space travel go forth and multiply, so many species, so little time.
And Captain James Tiberius Kirk was there to offer. That's why I've always said that'd be a good idea for a Children of Kirk type thing. And somebody actually has a fleet in the game named that, Children of Kirk.
Dragonot underscore Tyos says, to mate with every species.
That's what Kirk's about. So I got that whole fanfic in my head too, about like the little alien guy.
Bitch, let me just fucking hit you!
Let's go, god damn.
Where this little alien kid or whatever asks his mother about the father.
Orion
Live
1
long
star
and
says,
suck it!
well, I was kind of wondering what would Kirk look like as a green Orion. Could you imagine if that happened to him, kind of like what happened to Will Robinson in Lost in Space?
Yeah, that got weird actually. But the whole idea is that the little kid is wondering about his father, and the mother tells him like, your father is a space traveler from a distant
Romeo
planet.
India Zulu says, regardless of their body design and private bits, Kirk finds a way to insert his ding-a-ling.
That's damn right.
We're in a tight spot. Damn! We're in a tight spot. Damn, we're in a tight spot.
Kirk
Sam
finds a
Wraith
way.
says, tight spot haha.
Kirk finds a way. Oh god. Kirk finds a way. Tight
Romeo
spot.
India Zulu says, perfection. Just call
Oh,
Makora says,
shit.
damn, my spot is tight.
Damn it, that was pretty awesome.
Samu Wraith says, there's something in the way some thing Kirk line. Dalek _ Kurland says, Kirk is just doing his duty.
He's just doing his duty. That's right, every Starfleet officer. There's something in the way. There's something in the way. Something. He never said that, actually. Jim Carrey says
Orion
it,
1 star says, what about the Robot Chicken episode where you have a red shirt that's getting briefed with a mission? He's in the locker room getting changed and they mention the women how beautiful they are, but down below their liquid extraction parts have teeth.
Shut the fuck up!
Samu Wraith says, Jim Carrey did you're right.
Yeah.
Samu Wraith says, LOL.
Because if you ever watched that Twilight Zone episode...
Romeo India Zulu says, doing his duty grinding that booty.
doing his duty grinding that booty. Yeah, if you ever watch that episode of Twilight Zone, William Shatner never actually did say that. There's a man out there. That's kind of what he only says about the man out there.
Samu Wraith says, wonder how Kirk would penetrate those rock people rolling _ on _ the _ floor _ laughing.
He would find a way. That's
Orion 1 star says, Satnir never said it was a monster or a gremlin.
Yeah. Let's hit this on the 4 weapon. Get that. Toilet prize. Inventory, plasma torpedo. We'll do that one there. Okay. And do we need to do that? Plasma.
Dragongot _ Tyos says, at Samu Wraith he would smash them.
Shut up, Wesley.
Orion 1 star says, rock people are too hot to get it on with. Kirk burned his hand just by touching one. You don't want to think about the rest.
Kirk would find a way. Alright, where are we at as far as any kind of damage we need to do, space, that kind of thing? How about we do Omega and the infected conduit? Ooh.
Samu Wraith says, also something else. I imagine Kirk's people probably not the first to hear rocks. Wonder if anyone say on one or something. LOL. Samu Wraith says, heat.
Are you talking about
Romeo India Zulu says, red alert 5 times.
Red alert, dude, that's a good idea. Well, I've already queued up for that. We'll see how this goes. Because you know it's going to be, like, it's going to take a while on that one. Because it's not going to happen, like, just boom, 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 you know. It could, but I don't know. Are you talking about the Horda? When you say rock
Samu
people?
Wraith says, yeah, I'm talking about Spock's brain episode Scorp.
Oh.
Orion 1 star says, I'm talking about the rock people from that episode with Abraham
Shut the
Lincoln.
fuck up!
Oh, Abraham Lincoln, yeah, the one that created. Yeah, there's a story arc in this game that actually has Abraham Lincoln and those rock people. Good idea, Riz. Let's do that. I just wish I was under a different character to do that with.
Just Call Makora says, Lincoln is dead.
No, he didn't get shot in the back of the head.
There's also isn't there lava people.
Yeah, there's a lava type. There's all sorts of different types in there, yeah. Lincoln was a zombie, and he was turning or something like that, and that's why he got shot in the back of the head. Duh. He's a vampire hunter. No, it won't, mister. I won't allow that to happen.
I wish you could just shut your big yapper!
Fire.
Samu Wraith says, Miyagi won't allow that to happen.
Miyagi, not to let that happen, then you say. Miyagi, destroy. Yes.
Samurai says, LOL. Orion 1-star says, I don't know if the original Enterprise from TUS actually came across a Borg cube. I don't have anything on disk, so I can't go and look with how advanced CGI is. We don't even know if we're really getting real footage.
Yeah, they never came across the Borg. Technically, they would have come across a Q.
Dragonlot_Tios says, no Borg. We're playing the Uno reverse card. For it is your culture will adapt to serve us. Samuraith says, can you imagine a aggressive Miyagi alternate universe Scorp, what he'd be like?
Miyagi. Miyagi, destroy Cobra Kai. Uno reverse card. In your face, reverse.
Just Paul McCower says, bang, shut the fuck up.
Bang. The gavel comes down.
Samuraith says, nope.
If only I could use the rest of that, because it's supposed to be bang, shut the fuck up. Then goes da 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 da.
His eyes uncovered.
Like the Warner Brothers ending to shows and stuff. Da 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 da. But it gets copyright claimed every time I use it for YouTube. You will lower your sheets. Prepare to be inserted. We'll do fleet. Oh, wow. Right in the face. Look at that. Cash off, man. Cash off. My God. Buy it yet. Cash off, you big fucker.
Samuraith says, prepare to be penetrated by Miyagi.
Prepare to be penetrated by Miyagi.
Orion 1-star says, if a crap ton of Borg nanoprobes were loose, would they start dissolving random materials and start acting like a trapper keeper?
Like if they attach themselves, would they eventually become a collective?
Hi, are you on your feet all day? Hey, I'm working with you all day. I got a job. You don't need all day. Hey, I'm working with you all day. Hey, big guy. Hey, big guy. Shitting me? You're just $19.99.
Samurai says, this don't shut people up, just call me. Samurai says,
You're just $19.99.
Orion 1-star says,
Are you on your feet all day? When you all day? We're just
Anybody else see the exploding Borg ship when I first got to this map?
Standing up late, getting drunk the night before, Dr. Sam Beckett suffered with a hangover. He was up in the bathroom near the toilet, facing the mess he had made last night, and driven by an unknown urge to hurl yet again. His only help during this agony was Al, a drinking buddy from his hometown who appeared to have passed out on Sam's couch, having drank many beer. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself drinking day and night, striving to get laid by a whore, and hoping each time that his next beer won't be his last.
You want wherever you are. The secret is in the internet connection. Live sports treble on this wire to the back of your desktop.
Live sports at work? That's much better than work at work.
Wherever you go, live sports surrounds you.
Now my job is way less soul-crushing.
Log on to ESPN360.com.
I can span more than you poor yes.
Dun dun. I don't think so, Tim. Uh-oh.
Bye-bye.
Sam leaped into a fraternity. Frat party.
Just Call Makor says, in theory I have a method to endlessly spam the stream with sounds. Just Call Makor says, but I won't abuse that. Streamlabs says, AFK. Samu Wraith says, but it's theory.
Realizing that he can spam the whole chat in the stream, Just Call Makor steps into the and vanish. Dun 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 dun. Now, Trizander might be able to answer the whole human first Vulcan question. He should be streaming very soon.
Just Call Makor says, Scorp gave me manager access to Sondy Labs or whatever, and I am pretty sure I still have that access, but like I said, I won't abuse.
Yeah, you still have
Dalek underscore Kurland says, A game theory.
Put your A game on,
Sam
buddy.
Wraith says, I have one way and one to defeat Billy Mays and anyone else. I'd need Scorp play the huge Forrest Gump scene.
Hell yeah.
Samu Wraith says, Just Call Makor.
Like 11 to 14 minutes of nothing but Forrest Gump movie playing back to back to back to back to back.
Samu Wraith says, then you can't play anything at all.
Well, that actually would play...
Lieutenant Dan was always getting these funny feelings about a rock or a trail or the road, so he'd tell us to get down, shut up.
Get down! Shut up!
So we did.
I've got another thing I'm starting up too. Like anytime I come across somebody laughing, like just when I'm watching a YouTube video,
his name's Forrest Gump.
I'm gonna like record that person randomly laughing and put it into a laugh folder, so that when I have so many of them, I'm gonna like release it as just regular laugh command.
Samu Wraith says, with Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Bubba Gump Shrimp. It's a household name. There's shrimp kebab, shrimp Creole, pan fried, deep fry, stir fry. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich.
Looks like the killer gutted the victim, strangled him with his own intestines, and then dumped the body in the river.
Jinkies, what a mystery.
You're right,
Samu Wraith
Scoop.
says,
We're dealing
I
with
should
one
get you
sick
Forrest
son of a
or something
bitch.
but me. Samu Wraith
We're
says,
dealing with one sick son of a bitch. I love the way that Frank Welker is in that, actually, as Fred saying that. That makes me so happy. Wonder what they had to do to like get him to do that. Did Seth MacFarlane just go up to Frank Welker and say, "Hey, could you just?"
Samu Wraith says, or Forrest, I gotta pee.
Something but me.
Romeo India Zulu says,
Pay him.
Pay him.
Well, I guess so, yeah. But as actual Fred voice, I mean, I would think that would be like a licensed, or something like that, to where he couldn't just use it, and maybe at conventions or something. Well, it's just his voice, really, That's Jinkies, what a mystery. We overshot it, damn it. You're right, Scoob. We're dealing with one sick son of a bitch. What the hell? I'm actually steering the ship with my forward ability to steer, but it's going backwards. This game never surprises me. Because usually if you direct it when pressing right, it will go left, because of the whole, like, whatever. It's just weird. Staging area, yes, because we need to go find
Samu Wraith says, at Romeo India Zula Patrol seems pretty fast to level a new tune, by the way.
Yeah, that's what Riz does. He and Ox they do that strategy. I haven't done it in a
Romeo
new
India
character
Zulu
wheel.
says, doing that as we speak.
See? Dude. They totally need to redo Leonard Nimoy's Spock in this game. He's running, he's running, he's running! See, this one here, this Spock, is Leonard Nimoy. He has the look of Leonard Nimoy. He is Leonard Nimoy's Spock. But then you have like the Spock that you can have in the game, which is supposedly Spock from TOS. Looks nothing like Spock.
Romeo India Zulu says, and with some XP boosts. Easy peasy. Jelly mode activated.
Jelly mode activated. Now I could.
Dragonot underscore Tios says, rest in peace Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, he was
Samu
awesome.
Wraith says, at Romeo India Zulu on this console you can't do advanced patrols through the mission K. I'm trying to level this neg TEV ship.
Now, Orion Star, have you seen the streamer on here called Trizander or Trizander? He could probably help you out with a lot of the questions too, because he's been more into the game than I have. He like is more in depth with it, knows people who like,
Romeo India Zulu says, normal options screen. Change level to elite. Launch patrol.
Visit the ship forest, New Romeo to speak with Torin to help with the Epo tags. Epos! Are we doing the Epos now? If we are, okay. So I would look up Trizander on Twitch right now. He could be streaming right now. And he would definitely have answers. Because he has access to Augmented Dictator games.
Samu Wraith says, you mean at the bottom of the menu on the options section? At Romeo India Zulu.
Tag an Eppo. Where the hell did Eppo run to? Because I just thought about that. Eppo has been tagged, sir. The ground stuff right here reminds me so much of the Farscape game. I just have so many memories.
Romeo India Zulu says, nah, like select your character, hit start or whatever Sony uses, options, difficulty, elite.
Yeah, it should be start. Same amount of buttons, I believe, as Xbox. Except I think it's, what is it, like actual buttons? Like for the top? Instead of like Z-axis. Because one of it's like, you press it down and it's got the spring activated whatever for like brake and stuff, whatever. Or it's the Sony like PlayStation controller now like that too. I should really look into that. Hell, my stepdad's got a PlayStation 4 in the back there. He hasn't played it in a while though. Or is that a PlayStation 3? I don't know. It's some sort of PlayStation. He never uses the controller. He only has the steering wheel. So I can probably just bring one of those controllers in here and plug it in. Universal endeavor.
I'll go look. Gotta wake up some more.
Gotta wake up. Oh, you've been sleeping? Are you off? You must be off. Gotta wake up sometime. When you gotta find a way to wake up.
Samu Wraith says, yep, I'm off.
Oh, that is a nice feeling.
Just Call Makor says, I got a 66 Volkswagen Beetle in Gran Turismo 7 today.
He did. That's a good year model. I wish mine was like a regular standard 60-something model. That way I can make it look more like Herbie the Love Bug. But I got that 71 sitting under there with about like an inch of dirt all over it. This shit builds up. I haven't washed it off at all either. My big model kit just sitting underneath that damn carport outside. Everybody's like, what's a carport?
Romeo India Zulu says, I got a Hot Wheels Vengeance Class Enterprise.
Ooh, an Enterprise. Nice. I do have a Hot Wheels Herbie the Love Bug that a customer gave me years ago that I pretty much think that he may have stole from Walmart. Because, you know, he was caught
Samu
stealing in our
says,
store.
I remember your story of having a Volkswagen from yesterday brings back the memory of how my father caught a Volkswagen on fire he had.
They were good about catching on fire. The back seat and the battery of a Volkswagen is under the back seat. Now, a lot of the back seats had their springs under there that contacted the top of the battery accidentally and would catch fire and then burn the whole damn thing down. Or the
Samu
fuel in the
says,
back.
This was around the engine in the back.
The a lot of people would not put the engine stuff back together the right way, and that could cause a lot of fires, which is what I was about to get to there too. Because you have a specific way that everything is supposed to be laid out back there, and a lot of people would put a fuel filter between the carburetor and where the fuel comes into the back of the car, right in the middle above the distributor, and that would sometimes leak, get into the distributor where it sparks, and then boom, you got a fire. The fuel hose, they wouldn't maintain it good enough, and they would have it right above the distributor.
says, parts for those are expensive, aren't they?
No. They're very inexpensive, actually. Depending on what kind of part it is, because they make a whole hell of a lot of them, and also depending on what year model. Now, mine, being a 71 Super Beetle, is more rare, because when they made those, everybody was pissed off, and they said, don't make those ever again. So I just so happen to have one that sucks, and the parts are more rare to find. But
Samu says, my dad's was 80s model.
An 80s, okay, so that would be a type of Super with a rounded front window. Unless it was a Mexican bug. Maybe I've never really looked at an early 80s model Volkswagen. But Volkswagen company in Mexico, they shut down in like 2000 to start making the 2001 Volkswagens. And they were making them traditionally. But same situation though. I mean, if you didn't have everything hooked up the way it's supposed to in the engine bay,
Samu says,
it would catch fire.
Think it was Mexican. I think, don't quote me on that, been such a long time.
Yeah. Did it have built-in air conditioning?
Samu says, yeah, it had AC.
Yeah, that could be a late model 70s Volkswagen that came
Orion
with it.
1 Star says, it's Mexican, so I don't think it would have built-in air conditioning.
Oh, the they actually did have an air conditioning mechanism you can have third-party installed into those things back then. Even in the 60s they had that, but when it came with the Volkswagen, though, that's usually like a Mexican Volkswagen, because they did actually have it. However, most people would remove it because of gas mileage reasons, because you did get a little bit less gas mileage with air conditioning, because the air conditioning belt.
Samu says, it came with it.
The air conditioning belt.
Samu says, I think.
The vents inside the cockpit of the Volkswagen. Did the air come from like low down, or did it come like about chest high? Because there are vents that come with the later 70s to 80 models. And then there's the aftermarket air conditioner that was installed that was underneath part of the dash and blew out from under it. And that was an option too that you can get back
Romeo
then.
India Zulu says, did you know that in Latin-speaking countries the Chevy Nova didn't sell well because in Spanish, no va means doesn't go?
Nova, no go. Chevy no go. Sits there. But yeah, the air conditioner for those things was a secondary type thing hooked to the engine's belt system. So it would pull, it would make the engine work a little bit more just to run the belt to power the air conditioning. So therefore you used a little bit more gas, but not as much. Which I guess still works like that to this day. Mine doesn't have air conditioning. It has the air cooler thing. the fresh air system in the front, where it brings air from under the car into the cockpit of the car. They call it a cockpit. I don't know. They call the front a bonnet too. The hood.
Samu Wraith says, at Romeo and Diazula, so that race that makes things to make stuff go would hate it, lol.
Make this go. The Packlids? Make our ship go. You will make our ship
Romeo
go.
and Diazulu says, I just went from level 27 to 44 in like 4 patrols.
Holy shit.
Samu Wraith says, Packlads.
Holy shit, man. That's pretty damn awesome. Wait, how long did it take you to get to level
Orion
27?
1 star says, I have been called the Packlet because of my voice to text always messing up.
You talk like a Packlet. Make our ship go. We will keep Mr. LaForge. He makes our ship go. He is smart. Red alarm. Red alarm. Red alarm.
Samu Wraith says, at Romeo and Diazulu my shields couldn't handle that 4 patrols, I'd die loads.
Well,
Romeo and Diazulu says, it was a character I made months ago, but using patrols in a slow-ass UFO, about an hour. Orion 1 star says, I am blind, make your text big. Romeo and Diazulu says,
big.
I'm using a Mark II shield.
Wait, so you were using the what is it? Encounter at Farpoint, dude, the jellyfish.
Romeo and Diazulu
Make your ship
says,
big.
Yeah.
Make your text big. His text is big. He is big. Oh yeah, I was clicking on that to look at this.
Orion 1 star says, he's using the USS Calamari ship.
Calamari. Well, them things got some sting to them, I tell you what.
Romeo and Diazulu says, if I didn't have that, I would be using the Jem'Hadar Dread Cruiser for the wingman.
That's it. So everyone keeps using that the jellyfish for stuff. So I guess it is pretty damn good to leveling somebody up immediately. Jem'Hadar Dreadnought Cruiser for the wingman. Let's see. There we go again.
Samu Wraith says, yeah, I'd like to level faster, only got to 30 today.
Nope, get off of that.
Orion 1 star says, I did not get the jellyfish because it was in the summertime, and if I did that it would have killed the computer just because somewhere where I live it's very hot.
Ugh. Yeah, because of your laptop and the cooling system inside of it. Is it still making noise? Or is it like every once in a while?
Romeo and Diazulu says, dude, if you're off and have no plans, it won't take long at all.
Yeah, it just takes the doing it. Yeah, you're like me sometimes. You're like, but then I'd have to do it. Why can't it just automatically do it while you're away? Like, could you imagine? You set commands or something like that to your officers in the game, and they go off and they get your ship built up or whatever to a certain level.
Romeo and Diazulu says, I just do the patrols with endless waves of enemies.
Kind of like the duty officer stuff. You tell your bridge officers to, you're going to go to your quarters and sleep or whatever for 20 hours. So you have them go off and, do the missions and shit. That'd be like the lazy way of doing it.
Orion 1 star says, if you mean audio distortions, no, I haven't heard that for a while, but I think that's because Windows keeps putting crap on my computer for updates and it keeps changing the audio channels. There were some times when I would be in a cutscene for Star Wars or Star Trek and it would be stuttering, like the characters sound like they have laryngitis as the video would play for a cutscene that has not happened for a while, but the ventilation system does not still need to be cleaned out.
Yeah,
Samu Wraith says, like trouble over Terg or whatever. At Romeo and Diazulu. Romeo and Diazulu says, this is my only character not level 65, tired of passing him over. He needs to get his reps done and Admiralty stuff. He's not a recruit, but I got plenty of them. Orion 1 star says, ventilation system still needs to be cleaned out. Romeo India Zulu says, yeah, I'm out having a smoke, I'll let you know what I do when I go back in.
Alrighty, Riz. Someone says I was hacking yesterday when I did that, when I rolled out of the... You just crouch and press roll forward as fast as you can, and sometimes it'll get you out of that stuck.
Attacking from the south.
We're attacking from the south. Oh, boy. And Dan Ramon. Oh, so you're getting audio stutter because of
Romeo India Zulu says,
overheating.
it's not a hack if the game allows it.
Exactly my whole point.
Orion 1 star says, I would love to see a time warp reenactment of Kirk fighting the Gorn on this planet.
That's exactly what I say. If the game allows it to happen, then it's not hacking. It's almost like the glitch on Ryza where you can just walk around without a jetpack kind of thing. I'm like, dude, if it allows it, and I'm so glad that it can happen on console too. That just makes me laugh. The game is that broken on both systems. Oh crap! I think I'm stuck in here.
Romeo India Zulu says, blame the people who made the map and abilities, not those who use it.
Exactly. But then I kept hearing people were getting like banned temporarily for like, a few days because of it.
Romulans are attacking from the west.
Romulans is attacking from the west. Gary, we can make it. No. I wonder if we could. That would be interesting.
Orion 1 star says, they consider it an exploit which is really stupid.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that they could fix and they refuse to, and they're aware of, then they shouldn't even like bother saying, "Oh heck, you can't do that,"
Romulans are attacking from the west.
All right, let's see. Ugh, damn! If I had jumped, I could have made that shit.
Romeo India Zulu says, I know people don't do solo AFK stuff on stream, but I mean, climbing a rock wall? Sheet.
Damn it, I'm running out of run.
Samu Wraith says, or use a guy with a southern accent. Scorp Romulans attacking from the south.
Romulans is attacking from the south. Boy. Well, I do declare, Mrs. Barbeque.
Romulans are attacking from the south.
Romulans just be attacking from the south as they does. They're probably like, where's that other guy? I wonder if I could make that, though. Oh, goodness gracious. That would be so freaking awesome.
Samu Wraith says, or a Brooklyn accent.
Brooklyn accent over here. Well, you want like a Godfather kind of thing or something. Brooklyn. We from Brooklyn over here. Hey, yo, what you doing? We from Brooklyn over here. Huh?
Orion 1 star says, what would be a great ground weapon is that homemade bazooka Kirk made on this planet. I think it would just be fun.
Oh, damn. Now Gary's gonna get just kick shit at fucking... Yeah, the thing you make whenever you're playing as a TOS officer on here. Well, that ain't fair right there. The cutscene was going on and Gary couldn't defend himself. Yeah, that wasn't fair. Cutscene.
Orion 1 star says, were you laughing at my suggestion for a new ground weapon?
Me? I don't know what the hell I'm laughing at.
Damn, we're in a tight spot. Damn, we're in a tight spot. Damn, we're in a tight spot.
Oh, damn it. Tight. Fight. You got fire. You got flame.
Romeo India Zulu says, at Samu Wraith to die with honor, 9th rule, rescue, and search. Because the ship is slow, they take a little longer, plus waiting for jelly mode to cool down. So by the time you do the third, the first will be close to ready again. Just Call Makoto says, I wasn't laughing with you, I was laughing at you.
I once told an associate that. I wasn't laughing with you. I was laughing at you.
Samu Wraith says, but that's the jelly at Romeo India Zulu.
Wonder if you can do this one on solo.
Orion 1 star says, I was talking to the host who's doing the stream about the laughter question.
The laughter question.
Romeo India Zulu says, yeah. Would suck with a normal ship TBH.
I don't know, what was the question? To be honest. To be earnest.
Orion 1 star says, yet if you were laughing at my suggestion for a new ground weapon, I take no offense, I just want to know what you are laughing about.
I didn't know you suggested a new weapon. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. If it was a Gary laugh, that's a different laugh than me laughing. 'Cause that's a character laugh.
Samu Wraith says, Miyagi, what he laughing?
Miyagi laughing at nothing important. Miyagi.
Orion 1 star says, the ground weapon Kirk made to fight the Gorn in the show, I would like to have that for TUS characters in the game.
Oh, that, yes, that was a good weapon. That's what I think I was saying earlier.
Romeo India Zulu says, Sam, claim that free weapon.
Derp.
Just Call Makoer says, I told my ex-wife to mind her business when she wanted to know what I was laughing at.
Listen here, yous guys. Yeah, there's a mission on here, like right at the beginning when you're a TOS character, to create that same weapon. It's like
Sam Wraith says, at Romeo India Zulu in the promotions tab.
The promotions tab.
Romeo India Zulu says, Sony store first, then promotions.
Sony store promotions.
Orion 1 star says, well, I know the planet you're talking about, but as far as I know you make charges to blow up a ledge to make a ramp, but you don't make a bazooka as far as I know.
Right.
Samu Wraith says, okay.
That would be pretty damn awesome, actually, if they could bring
Just
that
Call
in here.
Makoer says, I had Captain DS for lunch today. Let me tell you, they don't fast food fish like they used to.
Do they air fry it? Let me tell you, boy. I tell you what, they don't make food like they used to. Back in my day.
Samu Wraith says, I miss Captain DS just because it's been so long at Just Call Makoer.
Gary's a team player, that's why he's out here by himself. Smile, you're on Gary's camera.
Just Call Makoer says, I used to get these thick fillets back in the day, but now they just give you these thin-looking fish strips. Samu Wraith says, been around 10 years, they tore down Captain DS now.
Captain Diaz? Was he Spanish? I'm kidding, damn it. Ooh, oh my.
Orion 1 star says, see, the problem with Star Trek with this game is that there's so many bits that they are skipping over for items and stories from every other show, but they are focused on STD and Picard. I just find it really sad.
Yeah, I was just talking about that yesterday, I think. At all the stuff that's actually in Star Trek, what they could put in this game, but they
Sam
don't.
Wraith says, that sucks at Just Call Makoer, they're being cheap. I remember when they gave you big fish fillets, you'd get so full.
Like, could you just imagine being in your ship, you know, on the bridge, sitting in your chair, and
Romeo
then fighting
India Zulu
and stuff.
says, you're one of them? STD, original.
Original STDs? None of that new shit like chicken pox or whatever. Or monkey pox. Or... Gorn! Oh, no. Wait. I keep thinking the Gorn are like the enemy. Blood wine. Need.
Samuraith says, STD? What? Rolling underscore on underscore the underscore floor underscore laughing. Streamlabs says, hate what you see? Please consider unfollowing and not renewing a subscription. Orion 1 star says, you know perfectly well I was referring to Star Trek Discovery as STD. It's the initials of the show and I've always called shows by their initials for all Star Treks. Just Call Makor says, ominous music playing in the background. I'm Gary the Klingon.
I'm Gary the Klingon.
Streamlabs stop being a pain in the butt. Romeo India Zulu says, STD is what those who hate new Trek say. We who like all Trek call it disco.
Disco fever. Ominous music plays. Background. I'm Gary the Klingon. I'm Gary the Klingon. I'm Gary the Klingon.
I shut down the subconscious.
Orion 1 star says, well, I don't hate it, but I just go by the show's initials.
Well, they
Just
named it
Call
right.
Makor says, I am going to tell you all a not so secret. Samuraith says, at Romeo India Zulu, but there's no glowing ball overhead. Just Call Makor says, I don't like Star Trek.
I just think that Star Trek Discovery didn't find its place until a long time, but still, I wish they'd discover something instead of having these super arcs that go over the whole damn thing, you know. Sure, have that arc, but have some smaller shit happening, you know.
Just Call Makor says, my favorite thing about Star Trek I think not a lot of people like. Just Call Makor says, and that is the Borg. Samuraith says, I know you're on the whole Quantum Leap show. Just Call Makor.
Quantum Leap is so awesome.
Dragonot underscore Tyos says, those who hate STD actually call it Star Trek Disgracery.
Disgracery? Well, I just think that it took a while for it to... It shouldn't have ever been set
Orion
in the
1 star
past,
says,
for one.
they discovered people can be cash cows. That's why the Star Trek Discovery exists. They also discovered how to disguise a soap opera in science fiction.
Had they have started like Star Trek Discovery in the future where it's set now, and you know, that would probably have worked out a lot better, in my opinion, than the TOS era.
Samuraith says, did they finalize Scorp if we're getting for sure the new Stargate?
They haven't said. It's still in like a limbo. Because if so, I'm sure that David Hewlett would have talked about it. He's on like almost every day now talking about stuff. Mostly his Tech Bandits thing that he does for kids. But yeah, I haven't heard anything new about Stargate.
Just Call Makor says, my problem with Star Trek is that after Voyager they keep going backwards with the show. Everything is a prequel now. Let's get something that takes place after Voyager or Picard.
Yes,
Romeo India Zulu says, level 52. Orion 1 star says, I just regard STD as some other universe. It doesn't fit. I just hate it that they're shoe-holding it in the game, but how I have fixed that in my own imagination is that like the episode parallels, reality barriers from other universes are breaking down and bleeding into one universe.
It's kind of like how we can have ships from the 2009 J.J. Abrams movie in this game. Like, for some reason,
Samuraith
specs
says,
from that era.
well, if you want to get technical, Discovery is way in the future. Just Call Makor.
It ended up in the future. And it's... they keep having these, like, main super cosmic problems every damn time. Why can't they just have, like, an actual down-to-earth enemy at least once and go discover some shit, you know? Well, I guess it is discovering, whenever they find a whole alien race and make contact or whatever, but it took all damn season to do it. Or it took them having to travel 900 years in the future or whatever to get there.
Orion 1 Star says, they discovered the Guardian Forever got supersized.
The Guardian, I love the Guardian Forever thing. That was pretty awesome. As soon as it's like spoke it and stuff, and see that's some stuff that I wish we'd see more of, you know, like little teasers of past
Samu Wraith says,
Trek stuff. That's
seeing
pretty
the
good.
Guardian was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Just Call Makor says, I will say that I really like Strange New Worlds. Even if it is a prequel show.
Yeah, it's based off of something else, you know, too. That's like, even though it's Discovery, you could say it is as well, but it's based off of characters who were already established in a way, but their adventures and voyages. You know, Captain Pike was before Kirk in the original
Samu Wraith
series.
says, fleshing out Captain Pike was fantastic. I will agree to that.
Yeah, and it's like more traditional. In Discovery, the ship it seems like it's too futuristic for that time frame that we're used to, even though it is like a science ship and it's, you know, like a new type or whatever. What is it, like
Communication from Captain Pike. Enterprise to lower orbit, full visibility. Show them what you got.
Captain.
Wait for it. Just like you said, whoever has the biggest stick wins.
If you've got
In
the
this
biggest
case,
stick. Anybody got a big stick?
Dragonaut_Tios says, at least Star Trek Lower Decks is pretty good starting from the end of Season 1 and onward.
Yeah, Lower Decks kind of grew on me, I gotta say that. I thought it was going to be kind of like a, you know, cartoon wacky more, but it is cartoon and it is wacky, but at least it's got some Trek in it, you know, some good Trek stuff, and it's pretty interesting stuff. And hell, they're going to have Section 31 in that thing before Section 31 comes out. The fuck?
Just Paul Makor says, is that from the episode where an undeveloped planet used warp tech to create weapons? Orion 1 Star says, Lower Decks might be the best show ever and that's kind of sad. Samu Wraith says, honestly that episode Scorp that command is in was so good they were almost going to destroy themselves but like gave a hell of a speech was so good.
Yeah, Pike. Was that the one where Pike and Spock and whoever else she was or whatever, like, went down as the alien race or whatever and negotiated with them because they were using that
Samu Wraith says,
like fake,
yep, that's it.
Fake warp or whatever.
Dragonaut_Tios says, I love the fact that the protagonists prank call Armus. Mainly because it avenges Tasha Yar.
And
Samu
yes,
Wraith says, they were using warp weapons.
Yeah, like Core had said earlier.
Orion 1 Star says, yeah, that was the last episode. One saw the website I watched. Trek got killed off and I don't do CVS, so I haven't watched all the episodes, so I haven't seen episodes from episode 7 on.
Ooh. I highly recommend you find a way, sir. I don't know. Did anybody know what...
Just Call Makor says, it wasn't fake warp. The Federation ship used warp tech near the planet and they observed and replicated it to make weapons.
Oh. So I forgot all about that. Anybody know what... if Discovery has any new trailer or something or information about like where they're going for stuff or whatever? Is Tilly gonna go to Starbase or whatever and start teaching at the academy or some shit? Or
Samu Wraith says, never said it was fake, just said they imitated the technology.
Been a long road getting from there.
Just Call Makor says, no, Scorp said it was fake for a split second.
Yes, I did say
Orion
that.
1
for a
star
split second.
says, the only reason I watched STD was because of Tilly and Lorca. Samu Wraith says, oh.
They could totally have like a Lorca spin-off if they wanted to. Like what happened, you know, whenever like his well, I guess they've already like shown his fate, right? Continue exploring. How many did I get off of that? 480. How many do I have to go to? Ball sack and nut sack crap or fucking yeah. Okay. Goes again. Here goes we.
Thought I told you boys to shovel the walk!
Hello,
Romeo
pal
India Zulu
Chimera.
says, only saw one actor had their character rap thing. Not sure if the whole cast has wrapped filming, but they should soon if they release it in the spring. Orion 1 star says, Lorca's prequel is in this game but sadly we don't see it. It's like outside of ship and you just have audio, which is really disappointing, but Mirror Loca I think is dead. My favorite episodes of STD were regarding the Mirror Universe and the Harry Med stuff.
Yeah, Harry Mudd was awesome. And from the original series, you know. There's a Harry Fenton Mudd.
Gary the Klingon says, can you hurry the hell up? I have a ship to take over and you are wasting my time still streaming.
You are wasting Gary the Klingon's time with your streaming, Squapwana. Well, I'm trying to build up, because I didn't realize it at the time, I don't have any dilithium ore for Gary today. So I'm going to have to wait until I get 1,545 more ore to refine, because Gary has run out.
Samu Wraith says, honestly it was hit and miss for me to really like Discovery characters. Dragonot_Tios says, I love Star Trek Prodigy. It's actually almost similar to my fanfic. Samu Wraith says, Gary has spoken Scorp.
Gary has infiltrated this stream. That's right. He's texting, he's watching the stream from inside his ship right now. That's what's happening.
Orion 1 star says, the funniest part was the time loop episode where he's basically trash truck talking the crew on the bridge because they have no identities. That was like an audience joke because we were not satisfied because these characters were not built up until I think season 2 or 3 with identities, and I don't know what happened to that officer that was in the wheelchair. Samu Wraith says, he has emerged from his ship. Pale Chimera says, shut up Gary.
Well, my whole thing too, like, I can't really remember, but Discovery used the Spore Drive stuff, right? And they had the tardigrade that powered it and whatever at first. Well, what about the Glenn? The Glenn was supposedly like the other ship, just like Discovery.
Paul McClure says, I liked Stargate Universe for the same reason I liked Voyager. 2 ships lost in space trying to figure out how to get home and exploring the truly unknown. Sucks that SGU took a season and a half to get really good.
I know, right? Man, I really wish they didn't like that hadn't ended like that. I mean, I read the comic thing and all that.
Says, the Glen is where they found the tardigrade.
Oh, so the Glen did have the Spore Drive like stuff.
I never watched Stargate Universe.
Ooh. You should, even though it's
Orion
short-lived.
1 star says, I miss SGU. It was a good show. I wanted to see how Eli was going to survive.
He wakes up an old man and everybody comes out of their thing. Now they have a Stargate Universe comic. I don't know if it's official canon or not.
Glean was destroyed defending Starbase 1.
But it had Spore Drive technology. I thought they had an alternative method, but not the actual Spore Drive. But I can't really remember all that anyway. It kind of jumbles together. I wasn't paying much attention.
The first half of season 1 was basically OMG, we are running out of this resource, we are going to die. And then the ship automatically has systems in place to get said resources.
Yeah. Then Rush finds the actual command bridge and keeps it a secret.
Samu Wraith says,
Dere.
oh wow.
Dere? It's a good show. I liked it. The ship's whole purpose was to find some sort of signal out in
Orion 1 star
space.
says, "That's how forgettable STD really is. I think this was the episode 3 when Michael is on the ship and Paul is talking to his friend. It's kind of creepy when you see his face, the friend's face 3D pop off the screen and turn to the left. One of the creepiest effects I've ever seen."
No. Star Trek Discovery, like the last season, there was just too much drama happening in the ship. You've got a ship that's kind of sentient now because of a being that, well, that is a computer that's gone sentient based off of something. I'm not going to say because I don't
Gary
know if
the
anybody
Klingon
knows.
says, "Puny human. My brain hurts."
My brain hurt. But it has like an identity crisis, so it's like I'm shutting down right now. I'm gonna like think about stuff or whatever like that. So it just like goes off. You got Stamets and his guy,
Sam
whatever.
Wraith says, "See, the biggest thing Discovery has done has been bringing ships to stow."
Yeah, that's the whole thing of it too. Yeah, that's what they want. But too much. It's over the top with the character stuff we don't care about. You know, we want to see Star Trek. We don't want to see a soap opera of two people standing there talking in a hallway. You know. Or going to the, like, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. I want to show my feelings, you know. Give us something. Make us think. Make us wonder. That's why I like Strange New Worlds. But getting back to Stargate
Sam
Universe.
Wraith says, "Gary says not enough boom boom Scorp. He's standing still too much."
Gary,
Orion 1 star says, "So basically they turned STD into a WB superhero show."
Yeah, it's basically
Just Paul
it.
McCower says, "Captain America. I got that reference."
Captain America. But that's just, from my view of watching it, that's how I think about it, though. Like, there was just too much going on between, like, Book and whatever, or whatever the fuck her name is. Tilly, I'm going this way. And then you have, like, the human trill or whatever. The first one, because Riker apparently wasn't. Even though he was.
Samu Wraith says, "He knocked out Adolf Hitler over 200 times. Just call McCower."
In Discovery, like, they have, like, people who are in charge of
Orion 1
the history
star
of
says,
Star Trek.
"Well, I agree with you, but I don't understand why you have this one chick from STD on Pike ship for Strange New Worlds. You know, the one where she has basically a mohawk. I don't know why she's like that."
Mohawk. I'm not aware of anybody from STD on Pike's ship.
Sam Wraith says, "The Star-Spangled Man with a plan at Just Call McCower grinning _face _ with _sweat."
Sweat and
Gary the
tears.
Klingon says, "Breath human."
Breath human.
Orion 1 star says, "Black hair curly short, but yet it does look like a mohawk cause her sides are shaved. I can't post a picture. If I was able to, I would."
Oh, you mean the one like not the navigator, but the or / pilot of the Enterprise? I know that on Pike's ship, that's not the same character. The one that's on the Discovery
Orion 1
has
star
that eye.
says, "I think so. I just don't understand why she has her hair like that." Samu Wraith says, "Scorp, why do I read Gareth E. Klingon's words with your voice? LOL."
I don't know. It's people have a different look to them for some reason. They don't all look alike. But the one on the Discovery ship, she's got the implant. That's why her head is shaved on the side, you know, because she has that eye implant and stuff in her brain because of the accident or whatever in her character's history. But the dark-haired girl that like flies the ship on Pike's ship is a totally different person.
Orion 1 star says, "Yet at least that one makes sense. I mean, she looks kind of bored, but at least."
Yeah.
Just Call McCower says, "I think I am going to play through the Arkham games again in memory of Kevin Conroy."
Yeah, Kevin Conroy passed away. That sucks. Batman has fallen. Gary's shooting off a load there. He's carrying this heavy load.
Samu Wraith says, at Romeo India Zulu I'm going to mess with these patrols in a bit, try to do that leveling. Orion 1 star says, wait, Kevin Conroy from the animated series is died.
Yes, he died. November 10th, Just Call Me Core told me whenever the stream started. Intestinal cancer.
You're goddamn right.
Romeo India Zulu says, I'm gonna go say what you owe to Triz. Do it, bro, it's cake with the jelly. Samu Wraith says, Kevin Conroy, is that the animated voice for Batman?
Yeah, the animated series and the Arkham series games and other media and stuff, you know, over the years. He's been the voice of Batman longer than any Batman.
Orion 1 star says, how old was Kevin Conroy? I was really hoping at some point he would do a little bit more voice work.
66
Samu
years
Wraith
old.
Says, oh wow, I didn't know.
66.
Samu Wraith says, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know he had cancer. And as Just Call Me Core had said, you know, the Mark Hamill and he both.
Wraith says, no clue either.
Mark Hamill and he both like Joker / Batman all the time, and Mark Hamill would only do Joker if Kevin Conroy would still be Batman. So if he's not going to be able to do Batman now, you know, so I guess Mark Hamill will never do the Joker again. But you know, it has been a big run if you think about it. For all those.
Samu Wraith says, Hamill will never do Joker then.
Yeah.
Just Call McCower says, I kind of got choked up about it earlier. Like I really enjoyed his portrayal of Batman. I was a huge fan of the show as a kid, as many were.
Hell yeah. I love the animated series. I like it over a lot of the movies, actually. Citadel. Where is he? Wasn't it like a few times on stage when they'd have conventions, Kevin Conroy would actually
Orion
do the lines?
1 star says, two Ultimate Batman, Kevin Conroy and Adam West, they are the top Batman.
Yeah, like Kevin Conroy would do the some of the script lines from the Christian Bale movies and stuff, and they would sound so iconic and awesome. Yeah. Well, Michael Keaton, you know, is still referred to as one of the good ones too. I mean, he's supposed to have been back for the Flash movie. He's actually in the he's in the Flash movie. They're never going to release the shit because things keep happening.
Samu Wraith says, at Just Call McCower same, I'm sad to hear that I can't hear Batman more than any other actor.
You just have to, like Core says, play Arkham to hear Kevin Conroy. I mean, he's been in enough stuff. They have his voice for, you know, if they ever had to recreate it for anything and had the permission from his family, then they could do that. 'Cause he's voiced for years.
Just Call McCower says, Adam West was a great Batman for his comedy style of Batman.
It was
but
the
Robert
60s.
Pattinson did a really good job as a live-action Batman.
Yes, he did.
Orion 1 star says, I'm sorry to say this, but I hope they do. I want his voice to be forever living.
Yeah. I mean, they've got it now, you know, like I was mentioning earlier, where they can take samples of someone's voice and recreate it, like, perfect, you know. There's a site out there you can actually do that with. You have to pay to do it, but they have enough voice sampling from him to make a text-to-speech type thing or whatever.
Congratulations.
Gary has leveled up. Even though he's not leveled up. He's still 65 no matter what.
Samu Wraith says, like what they did for What's-His-Face for Darth Vader Scorp.
Darth Vader? James Earl Jones? Yeah, they can do that.
Orion 1 star says, so if I had that, I would be hearing his voice read what I could say. That would be awesome. I would love that.
Wouldn't it be awesome?
Just Call McCower says, his estate would have to allow it unless he set his rights of likeness to WB.
Yeah. So there's a whole thing in there about that. That's like when Star Trek actors say they don't want their likeness used and then they pass on, well, then their family could say, yeah, go ahead or whatever and put them in there. You know, I think that's probably the only way that we get Shatner's in here. And anyway, if that were to happen. But his wishes would probably be not to ever do that.
Samu Wraith says, they recreated his voice because Jones doesn't sound like he did back then. Same thing for Val Kilmer for Top Gun.
Yeah. Yeah, Val Kilmer had that throat cancer, and he can't talk anything. And he can whisper talk, you know, and plug his hole or whatever. But have you ever seen the Val Kilmer documentary that's been out for a few years? That thing's pretty awesome. Val Kilmer has his son narrating it. His son sounds just like his dad, or similar. I mean, not just like. Let's see. What? Okay, yeah, in here, there.
Orion 1 Star says, the son of James Mchun did the voice of Scotty for the game.
Yeah. Duhan. Yeah, his son has actually been in Star Trek Continues, or is it? Yeah, I think it's Continues. The fan-based Star Trek. And yes, he voices Scotty in this game. He doesn't do too bad of a job, but because you know he was on set whenever they would film back when he was a kid. So he would be there, and Leonard Nimoy's son would be there, and they'd all like hang out and stuff. It was pretty cool, I guess. I wasn't there, but, you know. But you know, all my people right here, right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. All my peephole right here, right now. Peephole.
Orion 1 Star says, well, I would have loved to seen is for them to be in that episode where you at the children that have the superpowers making the Enterprise afraid of stuff being coerced by that monster. That was a good episode. It would have been fun for the kids to actually do some acting.
You never know, maybe they were there. Maybe, you know, if we look back, they probably were actually, because there's pictures of each of their kids like on set, you know. Even I think Leonard Nimoy's son had put his dad's ears on at one point. Cotton, sir. I gotta get it done, Cotton. It's green. It's green, Cotton. I like the fan-created Star Trek stuff. That's pretty good. The sets that they built that are the real, like, 1-to-1 ratio and even updated and stuff. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, man. That's pretty sweet. You know, it's pretty sweet, man.
Orion 1 Star says, yeah, I totally great for you about that. Love the sets.
Yeah, have you seen the Strange? What is not Strange Worlds? The New Voyages / Phase 2 that James Calloway came out with first. Then they had the one that came out after that, which was Continues, which did a damn good job too, because those had like some of the original scripts that were meant for the fourth season of Star Trek that never happened, and a lot of the writers who were still alive wrote a few of little inserts and stuff for those fan creations and things, and they had like some of the original directors come and direct the episodes, so it had more of that original series feel to it because of the all the direction and stuff. It's just that you have to get past the first episode though with the Calloway series, New Voyages, because he has like a Elvis wig or some shit on with big sideburns bigger than Kirk, and it's like a mockumentary type situation. It's really weird. And he mimics like William Shatner's facial stuff whenever he's talking and things. But they're pretty good shows to watch, and they're free online. Seasons of these episodes too. There's like maybe 2 seasons of I think maybe 2 to 3 seasons of New Voyages / Phase 2, and maybe 3 seasons of Continues. So it's like more original series era Star Trek. And John Delancey is in one of the episodes too. Few people. Let's see. George Takei reprises his role as Sulu in one episode. Home Dude does Chekhov. He comes back for Chekhov because you remember the episode of the original series where something affects the landing party, including Kirk, where it makes them age at advanced rate, and they almost die, but it doesn't affect Chekhov. Well, one of the episodes of Phase 2 or New Voyages is it finally catches up to Chekhov because he, like, for some reason, and so they got the original actor to play Chekhov at an advanced age, and he does his voice and everything, and he wears the shirt again. It's pretty awesome. I should link to it, but I like all that stuff. I like it when fans make stuff because it's usually better. But then CBS gets all pissed off.
Orion 1 Star says, I've only seen a few episodes of Continues, but yes, I've seen the Delankia episode and the Sulu episode.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you've just watched Continues, that's one part, that's one fan series, but the one that's called New Voyages or Phase 2 is the other one. That's a separate thing from that one that still uses the same kind of sets and things. And James Calloway created that one, and it's his bridge replica that I think is sitting at Universal or whatever for the Star Trek tour that William Shatner actually sat in the chair and had pictures taken and shit. It's pretty fascinating. Anywho, I think we are done with the stream. Gary the Klingon has spoken. Okie dokie. Oh, that's right. Riz said he was going to go over to Trizander's. Yeah,
Orion
dude.
1 Star says, what was the original Captain Kirk's chair made out of?
Probably wood. Adam Savage has a replica. I'd say probably 2x4s and paneling. I don't know. This is a default chair. Probably the most comfortable chair on the bridge, though.
Orion 1 Star says, given it's cheap you can make it out of Legos.
You remember Adam Savage from Mythbusters? He has a channel on YouTube called Tested, and he shows his Captain
Orion
chair.
1 Star says, shape.
Yeah, he has it on there, and he has electronics put into it, so he can click switches, and it'll say like Scott here, sir, and like sound effects and things. It's pretty interesting. All right. See, 3 hours ago we had Dragon God Tyos, who wanted to go by Ty, subscribe, or well, he didn't subscribe. He joined, followed, stalked, as it's called. Oh. All right. Well, I thank everyone for being here this evening. Lots of good discussions, fun times, crazy stuff, as usual. I will try to be back on again tomorrow at the same time, which is, 3 hours and, well, maybe 3 hours, 30 minutes subtracted from your current time, average. I have to work tomorrow again.
Orion 1 Star says, I think I would want the original Captain's chair, the Season 1 Next Generation chair, the other chair that was replacement for the Season 1 chair, and I'm not sure about the helm and operation stations whether I'd want TOS or Next Generation style.
I did like in Next Generation's Captain's chair, where they had that like hole cut out in the back for like a, airflow
Just
circulation.
Paul Nicover says, Scorp is ending stream. Please save all comments for tomorrow.
Hi, Billy, you on your feet all day? Hey, I'm working with you all day. I got a job. You don't really my source. Hey, I'm working with you all day. Hey, big guy.
Stain specialist.
Hey, big guy. Shitting me? You don't just $19.99.
Around 1 star says, Billy Mays
Billy Mays. Billy Mays is $19.99. Are you on your feet all day? When you all day? Shitting me? Just
Boy, you gotta love those effects from the back then. They just put like 2 frames of the same like still frame of something and just kind of fade one away to make it look like an effect. So easy. Back then it wasn't, but now it's so easy to do. I wish I could get my TARDIS to do that on here, but I can't because I want it to go completely transparent, and there isn't a way to do that in OBS. I mean, I tried green screen, but you'd see the greenness of it as it fades, so I don't want that. Anywho, I'm going to count down from 5 seconds, and that'll be it. Everybody take care. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Orion 1 star says, one last thing, when it comes to the game we cannot get that to us phaser effect, at least I don't see it originally. I need to put original phasers on my crew.
Oh, like TOS phasers. Yeah, that'd be good. I like TOS phasers. I like the blueness of them. You should actually go check out Trizander's stream for the question about the humans versus Vulcan thing, because he would know for sure, because he knows the game mechanics. He's streaming right now. I could raid, but I don't raid. I don't raid as much. You know, if someone's in the middle of something.
Orion 1 star says, okay, thank you. It's been wonderful being here.
Alrighty, see you later, dude. See everybody. Bye-bye.